Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music.
Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. And today I'll be using my Kiwi accent instead of my Lower East Side accent. If you haven't guessed, this is not Toby Morse. I'm Dan Smith, and I have kind of hijacked the airwaves over here in his kitchen for a very special announcement. I've been friends with Toby for 25 years or so, and he's always shown me love and support with everything I've done, from my music, from taking bands on tour, having me create artwork for H2O, and countless other things over the years. I've filled in for them a couple times on bass and guitar and made memories I could never forget. In exchange, I've tattooed him a million times and might have seen more of his body than Moon has at this point. And today he surprised me and asked me to do my very own read and announce something that I've been working on that will now be a new sponsor of this very podcast. I grew up playing and loving soccer or football, and if music and tattoos didn't get in the way, I'm literally positive I would have been a pro. A couple years ago, me and my friend Kevin decided to start Field Soccer Supply. Field is a soccer-based clothing brand, but mostly Field's an idea that was created from me being involved in bands and tattooing, etc. for over 25 years and experiencing the crucial, amazing, connecting element of what makes the world go around: community. We kind of exist to elevate the passion for the beautiful game and just connect music, culture, historic moments along the way. So if you've got kids in soccer or you play in an adult league with your mates, you know how it goes. Every season, new uniforms, new fees, new hassles, new everything. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world, but is literally the #1 sport in America that kids actually stop playing. And the main reason is simply just the cost of everything. All those old polyester jerseys end up in a landfill something too, and the love of the game kind of follows soon after. We're going to do something different. We take old uniforms headed for the dump and recycle them. We then use the recycled polyester to create uniforms that any team can love. They're fully customizable, team kits, fan wear, and also there's a lifestyle and essentials side to it that celebrate amazing moments in soccer and music history combined. You know, playing is the most important thing. We host monthly play-for-free pickup games here in Southern California, and we're just getting started. The goal is to eventually do this everywhere and help make playing doable for anyone. Check out The Field Dream on socials and thefielddream.com for more info and join our team. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to the real host of the pod and get back to the regular programming. Thanks for listening.
I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refined Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call. Since 1987, Rockabillia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. They have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Notes, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabillia Instagram. Also go to rockabillia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabillia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabillia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. And no caffeine today too. Okay, before I introduce this guest, I know there's going to be a lot of new listeners to this podcast, a lot of first-time listeners, and just so you know that I will probably hit everything you want to hear this guest talk about. I'm so OCD with my notes and so organized, and that's what I do. So for the first-time listeners, thank you for coming and checking out this episode. You can check out the other ones in the past. I have so many different ones, over 350. But today's, oh, my dog's drinking water in the back. Today is a very, very special guest. I mean, we're going to get into all of it today, why this is so important and why this is so emotionally wonderful to have this human in my kitchen. One of the most badass punk rock musicians that I know, my dear friend, Miss Hayley Williams.
Hello.
Or Miss Paramore, if you're nasty.
We finally did it.
I know. Thank you for being here.
Oh my God. It's so nice to be in this kitchen.
Is it?
Yes.
It's been a while, man. Was the kitchen pink last time? I don't know.
Yeah. The kitchen was pink. In fact, when you guys had this kitchen done was when I got my first house in LA, and I used the same dude to paint some shit at my house.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't have car paint on the kitchen windows, but I did
fancy.
have car paint on the dinosaurs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because this was on HTTV Makeover Show. Obviously, we got Antonio Ballatore.
Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. He came and helped at the house.
From Murphy's Law. Well, thank you for being here. You've been
Thanks
a very
for
busy human these days.
Man, I can't stop. Won't stop. I don't know what's going on with me.
But it's awesome, though.
It feels really good. It feels like this year I kind of decided to say yes to a lot.
Yeah.
And I was in a long season of saying no to a lot. And I think when you come out of that, it can be a little intimidating. And I've been like, can I handle seeing all these people doing all these things? But what I'm finding is it's really giving me like so much life, and the memories I'm gaining from it are like invaluable. So it's been a good year.
Yeah, you're out there just living and jumping on stage with friends and traveling. And obviously we get into the new record, but also you have Post Atlantic Records. Congratulations on that.
Tang you.
Super DIY on your own now. It's awesome.
Yes, finally.
But with that, you have to kind of do everything kind of yourself. Obviously, you have a team and your friends and people help you out, but you're really out there like in with the people.
Yeah, it's to me now. There's no barrier between. Our team is really small too, so I feel like we can afford to kind of move around quick, and I can make last minute decisions, and it's not quite as big of a deal. It's still stressful, but I like the American football. Going to the American football house was like one of those things that was like in between two big work weeks. Yeah, but like the thing we were talking about was saying yes. It's like. I don't know. I listened to my gut and I was like, that's going to be really good for my heart. And, it was a last minute decision, but it felt so life-giving.
And you have history with him too. Uncomfortably Numb song, 2019. Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Then so going out there and seeing that house, Atiba was out there. There's a skate ramp. It looked really cool.
I
knew nothing about that world. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. You should go see it.
I'll go rip that ramp up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you said it's kind of a mission too, flying and then driving too.
We just drove from Nashville because I hate flying.
I hate flying too.
Oh, it sucks. Because now I'm just worried about like, am I gonna get sick? And you know, I mean, like if plane goes down, oh well. But I don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't get nervous flying?
Leah, my manager, gets very nervous.
I'm the worst fly ever.
And you don't take anything.
I don't. And the weirdest thing about my flying is that I have to sit in the back row of every flight, which is, I don't know why I do that. I got my whole band doing it. They hate me. Then I just found out statistically that you're more safe in the very back of the plane, supposedly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then I went business class last year, and fuck that. I'm never going back of the plane.
Oh, once you go business class, you are so screwed.
Dude, laying down, going to Europe, it's so sick.
People give you looks in business class because they used to give us a lot of looks.
I don't think so anymore.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The world's healing.
Everybody's got tattoos now.
True.
Nothing shocking anymore.
By the way, Stella farted.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay, for the listeners, Hayley's just been blessed. Stella farted on her. She's up there rolling, Skiba, all this. Top 5 most farted on Hayley Williams. That's a good sign. That means she's comfortable with you. I'm sorry if it smells.
No, it's fine. She's great. She's perfect.
And Alpha was in the building, but Stella's trying to run this whole fucking
No, this is her
now.
castle.
Yeah.
And she needed to guard it. She was protecting it.
So you're not scared of flying at all?
I mean, I'm not scared of it. I just hate to do it. And I hate the whole lead up to it.
Going to the airport.
Oh, the airport. I used to cry every time I would pack. I think that had something to do with my parents' divorce. But
that makes sense.
But I think that I'm over that, but I just hate the whole pomp and circumstance of the airport.
You just got to when you get to the airport, you just kind of like you have no control, right? Everything's all rules. It's like you have to follow every single rule. So you just got to give into it and just like go with the flow and deal with it. You know what I mean? You lose any kind of power at the airport.
Wow, it's true.
It's so true. So you have this. I realize now I just give into it. Put my AirPods on.
Yeah.
Give your passport. Keep it moving, and then like trying to see anybody. It's just so overwhelmingly, and that's the worst part of traveling. But once you get there, it's amazing.
Well, and the way that we work and we hop around the world.
Totally.
And thankfully we have friends all around the world that do the same thing. So it's like, it is always worth it. But if I can drive there, like I would have driven out here if I could have.
Damn, it would take a long time though.
I know.
My son's like that too. He hates flying. I think it's because of me, which I'm sad about that. I kind of instilled that in Max, my fear of flying. But as of lately, he's been flying all by himself, which is great. So he's like kind of pushed through it, you know?
I can't believe he's all grown up.
I know. That's crazy.
So sad.
You also did the Jimmy Fallon True Believer. I thought that was wonderful performance.
Thank you.
Had a real Nirvana vibe to it.
Oh.
For some reason, it's for me.
Was it the sweater?
Vibe. I don't know. Just something about the energy. I don't know, man. It was beautiful, man.
Thank you. That's a huge compliment. I was like, weirdly, like I had a different kind of nerves for that than I've ever had. Like I was a little nervous about playing again and singing at the same time, but I think we just knew the message we were trying to convey, and I felt like a big responsibility, especially to be a white woman doing that and talking about racism in the South and stuff. It was man, I honestly, huge shout out to the Fallon team for letting us play that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I don't know the last performance that had such lyrics like that on a TV show, which to me is the most punk rock thing I've seen in a long time. Besides, I would say you and then Knock Loose playing on Jimmy Kimmel this year and having mosh pits on TV where people were complaining to Jimmy Kimmel to take it off the air and they were offended by it and they wanted an apology from him, which I thought, okay, you can still be punk in 2025.
Yeah.
So
Who knew?
And you just going on to sing a song like that, it's so real and so deep on like national television. It's kudos, man. It's incredible, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I mean, your lyrics have always been on point with shit. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people maybe put you in a category, maybe like a pop singer, but there's a lot of pop singers that don't write their own songs and they have no substance to their songs, and you may be thrown in that category. But to me, you're a punk rocker, and your lyrics have always been on point. We'll get to those later, but you got some.
Okay, yeah.
You got bars. And then the Rolling Stone show you did was awesome too. Musicians on Musicians.
Yeah, I love playing with Bleachers too. They're such a great, like they are such good musicians, and I just kind of felt like I got to show up. I didn't really have to think too much.
Where are they from?
They're from New Jersey.
Okay.
Jack's from New Jersey.
And then that guy Role Model.
Yeah,
he was like blowing up like crazy.
I know, man. Role Model and Maria from the Marias.
Yes,
they did their own version, like their own show, like set.
Yeah, the guy at Role Model, I see different people jumping on stage, celebrities singing this one song with them, dancing on stage.
Yeah. You want to be his Sally?
That's what it is. That the song is?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I just saw it online. People
I'm sure
crazy.
he would let you be his Sally.
Is that the song?
Yeah, it's Sally.
Oh, so to be a Sally, you have to come on stage and do the dance with him?
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that probably.
You could so do that. You got moves. Like
I do have some moves.
You have moves. Yeah, it's inspiring.
I can still breakdance. Yeah, I can. I did a backspin on stage at one of our last shows. I love that. Also, a shout out to Anthony Green, who just posted last night. Love Me Different.
Yes,
Dude,
I saw it.
Incredible cover, incredible voice, incredible artist. That was really beautiful, man.
Man, it was so cool. I really love seeing people from the world we grew up in, like in a new capacity, like a new context. Like I just think it's so cool, his covers that he's doing. And I see clips of him playing shows and stuff. He seems like he's doing great, and I don't know, it makes me happy. The Starting Line just put out a record too.
Yeah.
Like, there's bands that I can remember being so kind and cool to us, whether it was like on Warped Tour or whatever it was, and it's like it's always rad to see them still going.
Yeah, he sent me like a nice text basically saying like ever since he saw you on the Warped Tour, like on some small stage, he had the best voice on the whole entire show or tour, and you're a real one. He's been following you ever since. He's like a big fan.
So cool.
You ever meet him before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We played like one of our first festivals that we played was like an AP fest, and Seosin was on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Circus Survive too, right? There's
Circus Survive. Yeah, I was a huge Circus Survive fan.
I think we should have had caffeine today.
Bro, no, you don't want to see me. You don't want to see me. Like, my stomach's too empty for caffeine.
Oh yeah, fucks my stomach up too.
Oh yeah.
We'll just be in the bathroom the whole podcast. Also, the Twits came out on Netflix. You and David Byrne. Yes. That's really cool.
Oh, I
awesome.
love it. I like.
So cool.
I watched it the other day with my friends when it came out, and we like teared up. There's just like so many good, like, there's like a real meaning to it, and obviously in the times that we're living in, there's actually like, I think like a political undertone that's really important about community and taking care of your community.
Yeah.
And chosen family. It was, man, I'm so, like, I can't believe David Byrne asked me to do that.
I mean, it's so cool, like you guys' friendship and how even that blossomed to how you met him is.
Yeah.
You've known him for a while now, right?
We met him at MSG. We had a show, we had a couple of shows there, which was already crazy.
Yeah.
And the second one, he rode his bike to. And he like put his bike
so
on the
sick.
loading dock, came up, and he hung out after the show for a few minutes, and he met Alf, took a photo with me and Alf. And
so cool.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of it, and I really didn't think anything else would come out of it until the A24, the soundtrack for Stop Making Sense, and they asked us to do that. And again, even after that, I was like, okay, well, cool. I had my like moment with one of my heroes, and then he called me out of nowhere about a year ago now to like be a part of this soundtrack, and then I ended up singing on one of his songs, and like he really helped me through, I think, a confusing time in my life. It's kind of wild that someone I look up to like that was a part of, I think, helping me find myself in a new way.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. He opened his bike. That's so New York.
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah.
I played with him the other night, and when he played at Radio City, which was like
awesome.
Stunning. His show was stunning. And after the fact, we were all so dead tired, but kind of on that tip of like, I want to say yes to things. I want to be present. We went downstairs to the like reception that they did after the show. Like Fran Lebowitz was there, all these like New York icons, and you weren't there though.
Thank you.
But he was with his wife, and they were talking to some friends, and we had been chatting with other people, and I was like, we gotta go. So we went up to say bye to him. I was like, dude, how are you doing this? You had a full day. He did 3-hour rehearsals with me.
Damn.
We did yoga together at like before soundcheck. He does yoga and like a warm up with his whole band and like background singers. And I was like, how are you doing this? And he just looks at me and goes, it's New York.
Damn, man, that's amazing.
I guess
he's like in the 60s, right? At least.
No, he's 73.
What?
Right?
He looks amazing.
I mean, that's gonna be you though. You know what I mean? You're on track. You got a ways though.
Is that where you get your kind of big blazer kind of vibes from? Your inspo?
Yeah, he inspired me.
For sure. I thought I did the other day. Yeah.
I'm so small. I just want to take up more space. It's really hard to when you're this size.
Do you you're rocking a sick outfit and for the Rolling Stone thing too, like no pants,
a
big shirt, the blazer, shoes.
Just Winnie the Poohing it.
No, I just love that. You just rock what you want to rock.
Yeah, that's actually something we've been talking about a lot about this year, because I'm doing things, I'm just kind of quote unquote styling myself along with Brian, who you know, and Elise, my friend. Like, it's so nice to not worry about fashion, because the truth is, I appreciate fashion. I don't care enough about it. Like,
I think you really did, to be honest.
I don't want to think so much before a show about anything but the show. And I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody likes to feel like they look cool, but I most of the time just look like I rolled out of bed.
But you're all, I mean, I have some notes about your fashion inspo, but one of them was, I think you mentioned like you're on your Tina Turner type shit because your legs are short. You want to always show as much leg as you can.
It's for sure. It's for sure. I mean, like I learned that when we were touring After Laughter. That's when the t-shirts, no pants started because I was like, I don't want to wear a dress. I also don't want to pick out pants that match this other thing. So I got some heels from Goodwill.
Sick.
And like wore my old like B-52s shirt or what, Talking Head shirts, whatever. And honestly, best fashion era, I think, of my career was that. I
mean, I maybe used to rock the EC Star shit back then.
Oh my God, EC Star.
Jen Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, Jen Johnson styled us like a Honda Civic tour, like some of the stuff where I wore like Girl Scout outfits, like that was all Jen Johnson. And she helped me make this dress for one of the Brand New Eyes shoots that was like based on a dress that Debbie Harry wore.
Oh, that's cool.
Like she sewed this like D-ring situation to the collar, and yeah, she's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you've always said like mini skirts and like go-go boots, all kinds of band. Always had a band tee though.
Yeah, I
always
can't
rocking
help
band.
it.
That's always been your thing. And then maybe you had the crazy haircuts too. I remember like one of the bangs, like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo vibes.
Yes. Okay, the guy that did the
hair.
Or
the Antwoord, that style, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was who I was really trying to look like. Oh yeah.
Oh, I love the Antwoord. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
That
makes sense now.
Danilo, who did the hair for Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, he is Gwen Stefani's like hair guy. Oh. Like he's like Gwen's Brian.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Brian, the story goes, Brian comes over. I'm in LA. We're at this point we're working with a couple people who are on the No Doubt team. This is like self-titled era.
Yeah.
And so Danilo's over, and Brian wasn't going to get in until later that day. He gets to the house. Danilo takes kitchen shears, like kitchen scissors, cuts my bangs to like my hairline. Like I had to shave my hairline shorter to get my baby bangs. And then he cut my hair into a bob. Like, and Brian just standing there with his jaw open. Like, oh
Dude.
my, he still gives me shit about it. He still gives me shit. Like, I can't believe you let someone else do your hair. And I was like, well, I don't know, man. He did Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and he said I would look good with those bangs. And I was like, I gotta go.
Were you stoked on it, or were you kind of freaking out?
Oh yeah, I still love the baby bangs. They'll probably happen again in my life.
You might run it back? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm just waiting. Like I got extensions in right now for a shoot, but like I think when my hair gets long again, I'll play with, I'll be mullety because I don't ever really, I think I'm ready to start just letting my hair be long till I get old so it can be long and gray.
How short is it right now? Like
it's probably like, it's right below my shoulders, which it grew so fast from Eras Tour.
Especially like this, like dyeing it and bleaching it your whole life too.
That's like, Brian. I should be bald, but Brian has kept me on the straight and narrow.
What about like red carpet stuff? Do you wear like high end brands? Did they try to like give you stuff to wear usually for stuff like that?
Maybe one time, but like weirdly, I'm not a fashion darling that like fashion brands are like clamoring to work with. And there was a time I thought there's something wrong with me, and especially when I see other friends that do what I do, and I know they feel similarly about fashion, and they look so cool and they get these brand deals. I've never had that before. And maybe that's like actually like it's not, I wouldn't say it's a point of pride, but I'm okay with it now. Yeah. Like I think that I am weirdly still learning who I am when I go to those types of events. Like if I have to do any like I hate a red carpet. I hate the questions they ask you. You're uncomfortable because you're in some clothing
you would never wear.
You would never normally wear it. And so, and honestly, Billy is the person that I look at the most when red carpets or award shows happen, in terms of this is a person who always looks like herself.
For sure.
Like
100%.
she just doesn't care.
She doesn't.
And it's like she cares in certain ways, but it just feels like her. And I think like Diane Keaton's another person that inspires me with fashion, because I think she just marches to her own beat, and I think wears a lot of menswear. And so I'm curious how that'll go if I have to do any of that stuff this time around. Like, how am I gonna feel? What am I gonna wear? Who is anyone gonna work with me? I don't know.
Did you take it personal back then or no?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did take it personal, because I was just like, it almost feels like a similar feeling to going to a new school or something when you're young and like you don't really know. Like that's a world I don't really know, but you still kind of want people to like you and accept you.
For sure.
But I don't think that the way to win fashion people over is to like It's like pure Devil Wears Prada shit, where everyone's just kind of side-eyeing me, like, why? Why are you here?
But I think that's also the punk and the DIY in you too. You know what I mean? To create your own stuff.
Yeah,
and dress
for
your own
sure.
thrift store stuff and all that stuff.
It's more gratifying. I really I want to feel comfortable, but I also really like stuff that has a story to it. That's why I buy vintage hardcore tees. That's why I will go on a hunt. This Inside Out shirt.
Do you buy them online or something? Or?
Oh yeah, eBay Japan.
Okay.
Is the spot for the hardcore and like the punk tees from the 90s, the 80s. But I also I just like old stuff. I like to be surrounded by stuff that has a spirit to it
and a smell.
And a smell
to it.
It's like
a vintage smell and a vibe though. Yeah.
It's real, and there's something sensory about that makes me feel at home in myself. So when you try on stuff at a fitting and everything's I did a fitting recently for the Rolling Stone thing, and I ended up kind of wearing my own t-shirt with one of the blazers they got me, because I was like, everything feels so stiff and kind of it's no shade, because designers are incredible artists and they make works of art for people to wear, but on my body there's a sensory thing for me with it that I'd rather wear t-shirts, or I'd rather wear something that feels like it's laying on my body and not contorting my body. You know?
And some stuff you probably itchy or weird to put on for the first time, or brand new stuff to wear. I hate that shit, dude.
Yeah, and then you go and you walk a carpet or something, and they're asking you the dumbest shit that you don't care about.
Your outfit too. They're I just got this put on 5 minutes ago. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Damn. I don't know what I'm wearing. Can you tell me what I'm wearing?
Some of your instruments, some of your icons, people you like, is also style, probably Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott.
Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
Solange.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird too, because the last two you mentioned, I would say are pretty feminine, hyper feminine. Missy, I think growing up in the 90s was a really good time to be looking up to female singers and artists like TLC, Aaliyah, Missy,
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, Da Brat.
Da Brat, yes.
Just people who they look comfortable, they look sick too.
Totally.
And there's a feminine face with the makeup,
and we're trying to show all their bodies as being themselves.
Yeah. I don't really. I'm not sure if I fully understand culturally the shift between masculine and feminine for these female artists, that I guess they were just in the hip hop world, and so that influenced them. But that really majorly inspired me as a kid, and I always wanted to wear baggy clothes or boyish clothes. And of course, in a really small town in the South, being a little girl wanting to look I don't know, a guy, I guess, to people who are more small-minded.
Totally.
I got a lot of looks and funny comments from parents, of other kids when I went to a roller skating rink party, and Granny, my Granny, Granny, she dropped me off, and she said I was wearing probably Lee pipes or long jorts that were huge and you know what I'm saying? And she said, and whatever else I was wearing, I don't remember, but she said I walked in and all the moms were what? And she was I just left so proud of you that you just didn't care. You just put your skates on and went. And I was man, I need to always channel that version.
How old
of
were you
me. Then? I don't know. I had to be below 10, because I remember age 10 and 11. Those were my last 2 full years in Mississippi. And yeah, a lot of times at the skating rink for sure.
Yeah, what grade you in then? Around then.
What is that, 5th grade maybe? Yeah. My last half year was 7th grade before I moved to Nashville with my mom.
Yeah.
And so, moving in 7th grade is
brutal.
It's brutal.
How were you in school, and how were you as a kid? Let's get to that. Were you an outgoing kid or shy kid, quiet kid?
I was this weird mix, because I had an internal world that I don't think I expressed. I did like to write, but I read a lot as a kid. And I remember being the books that I loved the most were Little Women and The Dollhouse Murders. Those were my 2 favorite books as a kid. And I was a pretty good student, except for when it came to math. I'm really bad with numbers.
Me too.
Numbers confuse me.
Yeah, I'm so bad at math.
Oh man, same. And my mom told me recently, because I guess I just don't remember much about this time, but in the 2nd grade, I'd get in trouble a lot because I liked to greet people at the door. So like when kids would get there in the morning, I'd be like, "Hey, come in," and
That's awesome.
my teacher would be like, "Come sit down, like it's time." But I think I really wanted people to feel welcome, if there was ever a kid that like was bullied or something, my mom says like I would kind of just like stick by them, and that's so interesting because I don't remember that. I remember feeling like I had friends. They were from all different groups, no particular clique. But I remember in my head I was very shy, and I experience that now. Like I am so shy. I never want to go. Like the band Geese, they were practicing next to me for when I was doing the Fallon rehearsals, and I had already met Cameron, the singer, at Newport, but I was like too shy to go say hi in their room, and yet my job is to be out in the world and to connect with people. And so it's interesting. Like I think I just have to listen to my gut about when I can handle, when my capacity is, I can be with a lot of people, and when I might need to be more alone or like only with my little crew,
But maybe that's how you kind of push through it. But you were shy inside, but then by like greeting people at the door, it's kind of you put yourself out there and just tried to. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's so interesting to think about because I remember that classroom. And that school was so magical. It's called Poplar Springs. It was just like, it was such a musical school. We had a great music teacher, and I don't know, like Meridian, Mississippi was, it was a cute spot to be a kid, but
were you homeschooled too then?
I
was that in Nashville?
I left Mississippi. Mom and I kind of went ahead of the rest of my family because Mom and I were kind of fleeing her situation. And we landed in Franklin, which was at the time, I guess, affordable enough. I mean, she had to do a lot of temp jobs. I took jobs. I would sing demos and stuff for money.
Wow.
We babysat, like all that shit. First time babysitting, I made the kid mac and cheese, put them to bed, went on the couch, and Dashboard Confessionals MTV Unplugged was on. So it was the first time I ever saw Dashboard.
Wow.
Like, we took a lot of jobs like that so that we could afford to live in that little apartment that we had. And then I tried public school. That was like January 2002. And I hated it. I was such a loser. And, I had this thick Mississippi accent.
Really?
Yes. And I really I had played basketball in Mississippi in seventh grade and a little bit in sixth grade when we tried out for the seventh grade team. And I was good. I was good at basketball.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, that's how I'll make friends. I'll get into basketball. But I had a teacher that bullied me. It was not a good time. It was.
Fuck.
I don't really understand that, but
a teacher bullying you?
Yeah, she hated me, and I don't know. I think I was pretty emotional at the time. My mom and I like left a pretty insane situation, and I don't talk about that situation too much because I really want to be respectful of Mom. But like, I don't think I understood how that really affected me.
Yeah, for sure.
Until I started doing therapy. So eventually I started homeschooling. And in fact, I started homeschooling before that school year ended and started going to this like tutorial thing where kids would meet up to get their classes or get their assignments and do their tests. And that's where I met the guys.
Yeah. We into music before, like were we play music growing up in your house? Like what was your music kind of?
Yeah. I mean, it was split because at my dad's, my dad had a car audio shop. He still does.
That's
and
cool.
In Mississippi, it was called Hi-Fi Cruisin', which I think is so sick. And, he installed like crazy systems in people's cars. And so I grew up around a lot of heavy bass, like hip hop music, because he would be showing that off, like so that he could show off a product. And he would, he plays all kind. My dad was a singer. He loves like Lionel Richie, and he likes, he likes singers, right? But so I think I got like a pretty wide range of music, whether it was from my dad, and then my mom liked everything from like Ozzy is one of her favorites, like Sabbath, but then also we would listen to like Janet Jackson in the car.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's pretty, I don't know, I feel like that shows in like my music taste.
Yeah.
But then, she was married to this guy that like only let us listen to Christian music for a long time. Yeah. So that was interesting. That was like a very interesting sort of like, it was just like
Were you going to church then too?
Yeah, I was going to church. It kind of felt like I had to enjoy quote unquote secular music.
Yeah.
Secretly.
Yep.
And
not the first, but Aaron Gillespie talked about it in the podcast. You were kind of sneaking music into his house. Yeah.
Yeah. And thankfully, like, I had an outlet when I went to my dad's, you know, to listen to all kinds of stuff. And the Batman Forever soundtrack got.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What's on there?
Seal.
Oh, yeah.
So much. Right now I'm blanking, but like Dad, we just always were listening to whatever was new, and my, you know, because that was kind of part of my dad's job too. So
I saw about. So a movie soundtrack doesn't really count as like non-secular music. It's not like, you know, Black Sabbath, you know, it's part of a soundtrack or a movie you're watching. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I loved that. Space Jam soundtracks.
Space Jam.
So good.
So before you met the guys at school, you were already starting to do vocal lessons and stuff like that?
I might have taken a couple, but like once Mom and I were sort of solid in Franklin, and then my dad's side of the family ended up coming up, that's when I kind of started settling in. Like I was like, okay, I might try voice lessons. My dad's family had more money than Mom and I, you know, because he had the business. He wasn't like rolling, but he was well off, so I could afford to go to a voice lesson, you know. I would say fairly often, which I liked because I wanted to learn how to be a great singer. At the time, I didn't know I was going to meet dudes that like were going to teach me about a different style of music, and I hadn't really written music before. So once the music writing started, that's when the style shift happened, and I was like, well, this is how I express myself. I don't express myself like a R&B singer, even though I love R&B.
Yeah,
I express myself like this. So that kind of changed the trajectory for me. And you know, voice lessons were definitely a thing because I was singing harder and needed to keep my voice healthy.
You doing honky tonks too?
I did. Yeah, I did. When Mom and I first, so this is kind of confusing to explain to people who don't know me, but since you know me,
shout out to Christy, by the way.
Yeah, my mom. She rocks. She is a legend. Mom and I, we actually ran away twice. So the first time was summer 2001, the last day of school. And I came home and shit was packed and we took off. We lived with a friend, actually a girl that was in my grade who wanted to be a country singer, and her mom like really wanted her to be a country singer as well. So they were already up there, and that's kind of how we knew this is a place we can land. We'll go stay with them. She would sing she would sing at the Wild Horse Saloon in Nashville, which I actually don't know. I know it got torn down by the tornado or the bomb that went off on Christmas Day. Yeah, Nashville's really, it's been struggling for a while, but
say the least,
dude. Yeah, so there was like a conspiracy theorist that set off a bomb on Christmas Day.
Oh shit!
It, you know, I don't know if the Wild Horse is actually there or not, but you had to sing country. You also had to be 13, and we were 12, so we would lie. I would go watch her, and then eventually I got brave enough, and I was like, I'll sing a country song, whatever, and you know, that was some of my first times on a stage, but I didn't really, you know, it's like I didn't care about country music.
Yeah. So
it kind of was just like karaoke to me, glorified karaoke, where a lot of country singers apparently got discovered. But that past that, really no other country. I didn't really touch that.
Yeah. So how do you find, so you meet the guys at school, obviously, right? And is that kind of your intro to punk music, I guess, in a sense too?
Yeah. And it wasn't even quite punk yet. It was more of that like, you know, kind of this resurgence that's happening now with like slowcore, like grunge, you know, shoegazy type shit. Yeah. And they were really into this band. The first mix CD that I got from Zach was like Hum and Failure. They Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead. Or You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead. We'll just call them.
One of those Trail of Deads.
You know, but also like Elliott Smith was on it. Like, I feel like Zach.
It was like the post kind of.
Yeah. And then I sort of, my favorite thing to do, especially when I heard Jimmy Eat World, my favorite thing to do at the time was we didn't have Google, but we had like Ask Jeeves and shit. Remember that?
What is that?
AskJeeves.com. You would yeah, it was like a search engine. And my favorite thing to do would be like, okay, I like this band. I'm going to find out who influenced them, you know?
That's cool.
And I don't remember who I was kind of like looking up like this, but this is how I got into Sunny Day Real Estate. This is how I got into even like the Ramones and like really early punk rock.
Yeah.
Was just by reading who was influencing my current favorite bands,
awesome.
you know? And that was I'm so thankful that I had a computer. We stole that computer when we ran away. We sure did. Mom and I, we did some bad shit.
Yeah.
It was like a movie actually. It was a crazy time, but that computer is where I wrote a lot of lyrics, where I did my school, obviously. Cuz homeschoolers at the time, we did a lot of online shit. But yeah, I think like discovering The Cure and discovering the Smiths was a real gateway to coming back to more current, like present day bands at the time.
Yeah. And so you ended up going to high school with them, right?
Yeah. Well, we did this like homeschool thing for as long as we could till we started touring.
Yeah.
We started writing together like the year later.
Yeah, because you moved to Franklin like with 13 years old, I guess, around that time.
I turned 13 10 days after. Yeah. We moved to Franklin.
Yeah, because it's just crazy that the band formed so early and you signed a deal at 15 years old.
I know, man.
It's so crazy thinking about that.
Kind of gross when I think about it.
Did your mom have to sign off for you because you're underage?
Oh, yeah. All of our parents would have had to sign off on a lot of stuff. I mean, even just working, you know, like we weren't allowed to drive the van. We were too young for insurance. Like we weren't allowed to work for too long.
Play a club that was 21 and up.
Yeah. Oh, I'd get kicked out all the time.
Damn.
And I always had X's on my hands, you know, fat ones too. They did not want people serving me. We would drink sour mix from the bar with like sparkling water.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So for the listeners who don't know what she means with X's on the hands, the reason why X's exist on the hand is because back in the day, all ages clubs would put an X on your hand so you wouldn't be allowed to drink. And that's where that came from. So he was repping the edge out there in Nashville. Yeah, I mean, signing a record deal, it's just so crazy that young at 15 years old, man.
Yeah.
Fueled by ramen, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you graduate too or no?
I did. My mom made me. She's a teacher. So I had to go do my SATs like the day after we got back from Japan. I was so...
Wait, Japan that young?
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It was with... No, maybe it was 2006. Yeah.
Wow.
It was after the Fueled by Ramen and Friends tour that we did with a couple bands that were on Fueled by Ramen at the time. We went to Japan with them, came back super jet lagged, went to Belmont University. It was the biggest school still is one of the biggest schools I've ever seen. And I was so intimidated, but I ended up kind of like finishing the test as quick as I could, and I wrote lyrics on the pages. I wrote lyrics to the song "Fences." It's on our second record.
No way, dude.
Yes, yeah.
So was that for your GED or something, or?
I legitimately graduated.
Okay, that's legit.
But it's such a farce because like I was not caring about any of that. I just like as soon as the music stuff started,
that's all you cared about.
That's all I cared about, and I still felt like I was getting an education. You know.
Mm-hmm. Just traveling, seeing the world too at a young age, like that's fucking. Because after you sign, that's 2004, and then then you put a new record out. That's your first record in 2005, right?
Yeah. All we know is falling.
Did you start playing shows right away too when the band started?
Yeah.
And building like a following where you lived.
Yeah. Well, where we lived, you know, we were so young. I mean, we played like the first time we ever got on stage together was the school talent show, and it's not even a real school, so you can imagine how insane it was. But
was that before the Factory or after?
That was during. I was in two bands at the same time.
Because the Factory was like an R&B kind of funk band.
Yeah, the Factory, I got a serious music education. I mean, I was like, we were playing Shaka Khan and
so cool.
All that stuff. Michael McDonald. When I was, I think it would have been when I turned 13, because I joined that band quick, not only because my mom was worried about me not having. She was like, I really want you to have friends.
Yeah, for sure.
But she knew I wanted to sing, and it paid.
Mm-hmm.
It was like something I could make my own money off of. So my mom didn't have to like, if I wanted to do something with friends, she didn't have to take that out of the bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
it was great. That was like, I still think about the Factory band because it's such a cool concept that some like creative people in Franklin thought up, and they made the whole school like into a program that could kind of like School of Rock, you know. You teach these kids how to do lighting, how to record, how to everything, and we were one of the bands.
So it was all cover songs?
Yeah, it was all covers.
So was Jeremy in that too?
Yeah, Jeremy played. He was 16 when I joined, and he he loved Victor Wooten, so he was learning how to slap and stuff.
It's funny to say Michael McDonald, man, is such a legend on every single song back then.
Right?
His voice is so sick.
He lives there in Franklin.
He does?
Well, maybe Leapers Fort. He lives like somewhere south of Nashville.
I just watched the Yacht Rock doc. It was so crazy.
Oh, and Brian Robert Jones is in it.
Yeah, these dudes in there, they look so amazing. They've been on so many songs.
I know. I made Granddad watch it, and I said, Granddad, these are your people. You need to know. You need to watch this documentary.
Who came up with the Paramore name for the band?
So our first bass player. So
it's somebody's mom's maiden name or something.
Yeah. So JJ, this kid that played bass with the guys at the time, his mom's maiden name was Paramore.
It's a cool maiden name. It's awesome,
right?
Yeah.
It's
spelled different, right, or something?
It was spelled More.
Yeah, okay.
Which is obviously not the real spelling of the word.
Okay, yeah.
And we always liked that name
because the original name means like what, secret love, romantic partner, or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even thought about that. So I started doing notes. I'm like, I didn't even thought about it. It's just a cool name, and I realized like the history to it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's been.
I'm sure it's changed meanings throughout the years, or whatever.
Ooh, yeah, it has. For me, yes, it has. It's like a prophecy.
So now you're out of school, and now you're just playing music and stuff, basically. And you're making money doing music, just singing different. Like before Paramore, you're still kind of out there on your own making music, singing. Like you said with the factory and like
with the
still
factory.
living at home.
I'm at my mom's apartment. We lived right behind the church where I went to school, so I would ride my skateboard to church.
Sick.
It was the steepest hill.
I would love to see you on a skateboard, man, with your jorts on. It was so sick.
I tried. I was always way too scared to hurt myself, to ever get good at it. But I rode. I just didn't do anything fun.
Yeah. Just rode to school.
Yeah, I just skate to church. But yeah, like I think that couple of years of my life was like however I could be involved in music. If I could play it with my friends, if I could write it at home, if I could go do a cover band that like, oh, you mean to tell me I get to go play funk music with other kids my age? Like, I was in heaven.
Is there videos of this group?
My mom has some.
Oh,
I really need to like
nothing
get
on
those
the interwebs.
Out. I don't think so. I mean, like back then, people weren't taking. We didn't think about like capturing a moment that way.
Really just living in the moment.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, so Paramore starts, whatever, and you're like a local band, right? And start writing songs. Mm-hmm. But you get signed before we have a demo before you get signed or anything? Yeah.
So this is another confusing part of our story that I think gets mistaken all the time online. But
that you got signed with no demo, just that's a loose.
Yeah, I mean, we had demos and I had demos from the times that I was going and doing writes with people. So this guy I told you that took me / the band under his wing. Long story short, I ended up signing a development deal with him. Development deals were so popular in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like it was such a big deal because major labels really didn't know how to develop artists.
True.
And the indies did because those artists toured more.
Yeah.
And development deals were like a way to sort of keep tabs on somebody, sort of help them collect songs. They could watch what you're writing and kind of like feel it out. And this guy, like, he just had all the things to say to my parents.
All the right things,
and my parents knew I wanted to do music, and I was already a hard worker, and like it really screwed over me and the guys.
It sounds
really
real
did.
Shady, man.
It was, and like we weren't old enough to really understand, I mean, we had this guy come see us play at our friend's sweet 16th birthday party, and like it's so strange to think about.
It's how young you were, and just back then.
Yeah, like our brains not even being sort of developed yet.
Wow, so a development deal for just you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just me. And that is what screwed me when it came time, because he started sending in, he was like, oh, well, you want to be a better writer, like you should go, like I can show you some people to write with that will really teach you. I wrote with country writers. I didn't like care about it because I was like, I just want to write this stuff. But
for sure.
Okay, yeah, I do want to get better. And I did end up meeting like a really good friend of mine who engineered the record, Roger. Him and his wife, Erica, are like, to me, like Nashville royalty, because she manages the Bluebird Cafe. He's been an engineer, producer, and a band member, like a musician in Nashville forever.
Like respected and stuff.
Yeah. And so, like, it wasn't all bad. Like I had great experiences, but it did ultimately screw us because he would send those, like some of those demos to major labels and mix them in with Paramore demos. It was wild.
Wow,
it was a wild time. I wrote a lot about it back then. I wrote, and I even think I wrote "Conspiracy," which was the first song we ever wrote about the feeling of it, of feeling like, and I don't know, maybe it wasn't just, maybe I'm getting my timeline mixed up, but like, I just remember feeling pretty powerless at the time, even though I was like soaking up all this good like energy from music.
Something was off.
Something wasn't right. And like, and really, it really wasn't until I completed the Atlantic deal at the end of 2023 that I felt like free and like we've righted the ship, you know, like the only way it could be fixed was by ending it.
Yeah. How many years you on Atlantic for?
20.
That's crazy for a band. It's usually like maybe 4 to 6 records usually made. That's crazy long time. You stuck on late. Wow, man.
Yeah, I mean, we took time between albums. I'm sure that didn't help, but like,
still though,
it was a long time.
It's great. You said that Conspiracy song right now is having like a viral moment as well.
Yeah, it is, and I'm like,
it's interesting how that stuff happens now.
Dude, I know. We songs that are so old that people, like young people, will start to like take notice.
It's also pretty cool though too.
I love it.
It's like new generation of people getting into it, you know? Like,
I mean, our first record is one of my favorite things we ever did. I'm so proud of it because I can hear like it's like pure, you know, like I can hear us in that without too much interference from like opinions, whether it's the world or
and everything, management, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that album. And so when I see Conspiracy going around on the internet, I'm like, man, that's sick. Because we didn't know what we were doing. We just wanted to sound like Thursday or like
that was inspiration back then.
Deftones or, you know, I mean, the verses for Conspiracy are basically, I can't remember the title, but it's one of the songs from Full Collapse on Thursday, which is 25 years old.
That's crazy, man. So that's the stuff you listened to back then at that time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We loved heavy music too. Like we loved Deftones a lot.
Still love the Deftones.
Still love Deftones. Oh my God. And they're having like, speaking of like the resurgence, it's crazy.
They did like 3 nights at the Forum. I went to the show. It was incredible, man.
Dude.
You got to connect with Chino and do a song with him. That was awesome.
Yeah, I love Chino, and
I love him too.
They've always been really cool. There was like a long time where I kind of felt like, do these people take me and my band seriously, or
sure.
like what? Because we weren't a heavy band, and even though we were on essentially a pop punk label, we never felt like we were that kind of band. I mean, before Feel by Ramen signed us, we were playing heavier music, and then I think it became fun to try out different sounds, but we didn't really fit in that world, and then we also didn't fit in the heavy music world, and we didn't fit in pop. So anyway, all that to say, Chino, and even going back to Anthony Green, there were like some bands that along the way always made me feel like we belong, we're cool to be here. It's okay.
Especially being a woman singing in a band in the male-dominated world of punk, all that stuff, right? Just coming in, have to prove yourself in a sense. Mm-hmm. That pressure alone. But you drop that record, and when that record comes out, is that a big record for you guys? The first one, it just kind of... Because then we got the Warped Tour comes after that, and kind of get on those tours.
The Warped Tour helped a lot. I mean, we were enough of an anomaly on the Warped Tour that I think people would have stopped to watch us regardless.
For sure.
Because we were so young, and I was
you were the youngest band in the 2005 tour, supposedly.
Yes, we were. And but I think what felt good is when we realized people were staying to watch, not because it was like a novelty, but because they liked what we were doing. And like Warped Tour was kind of the moment. And we didn't do our our own tour for another year and a half, but we really cut our teeth. Like we worked really hard that first year, and I think the album did pretty well. I think that we made enough noise in the scene that like people knew who we were by by the time we put out the second record.
Yeah, how are the bands on that tour? I know we'll get to 2006 Warp, but that one's like Pennywise, Bad Religion, Under Oath, Your Friends, Fall Out Boy, Used. So you had like some friends on there too, right?
Yeah, I mean, friends, I probably use the word loosely because we were so young. Nobody really wanted to hang with us.
It must have been so big for you guys. Like on the Warped Tour, it was so young, and these are all bands we heard of. And...
We were excited about Killswitch Engage.
Okay.
We loved Killswitch Engage. And by the third Warped Tour, they were cool with us. It's like, okay, you paid your dues, you know.
Were you nervous playing those shows at first on the Warped Tour?
Yeah, I was. Gerard Way came and watched when we were on
awesome.
the Shira Girl stage, which was the little pink truck.
That's when Anthony talked about in the text today. That's when he saw that stage.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I remember in Atlanta, and I remember this because my mom and my nana drove out to see that, and they were kind of standing near where Gerard Way was standing against this fence watching us, and I remember being really nervous for that. So I was like, that dude is...
Yeah.
He was already a legend.
Well, he was
you know?
already, right? Yeah, I remember them on the Warped Tour too as well.
Mm-hmm. Joan Jett, though, 2006. That was a big deal.
Oh, that's sick.
That was a big deal.
And we did Warp 2004, and Mike and Gerard would come with Skip and watch Hazen Street every day. They're like the only two people that watched us.
Oh my God, I didn't know Hazen Street played.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you have a Warped Tour tattoo. That's like it's just such a big part of like all of our careers.
It you know what?
Like, can make or break a band.
It can make or break a band. And our manager, Mark, really when we were making the record, we were living in Florida near him.
Yeah.
And he would wake us up and we would run a mile every day with
really?
him. Yeah, he was like, you got to be ready for Warped Tour.
It's true though.
And it's so true because you're loading shit from like miles away some days.
It's hot out.
Yeah.
It's dry.
We had like guitar cabs on skateboards.
What were you guys rolling in the first?
12 passenger. That was what we spent our advance on.
Sick.
We spent our advance on like the first year of touring, basically, you know, and
that's really smart.
I mean, thank God we had a deal like that where we could get an advance because we just wanted to tour. We wanted to be grown so bad and like leave home. Of course, my dad was driving the van.
Was he?
Yeah, it was Harsh and My Mellow.
Wait, was he on the Warped Tour too with you?
Yeah, man. He was like,
oh fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my dad drove the van until we could afford like a tour manager.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not even maybe 17 and 16, 17 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, there's no way you're going out with a bunch of guys and people just see you.
I get it. I'm a dad. I get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. Have your pops on there.
Yeah, I really wish I took advantage of it more. You know, I wish I like rode in the passenger seat more. I stayed in the very back.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was by the doors. Like I slept next to the back doors.
Dude, sleeping in the van.
Yeah.
And then the Warped Tour after that, that's the one with like No Effects. That's 2006. You guys do Rise Again, Saves the Day, Thursday, Silverstein, Under Oath Again, and No Effects. So there's a thing like a lot of bands talk about on this podcast. It's in Hoppus's book. We talked about it. There's just a lot of older heads. I hate all the gatekeeping shit. It's so corny.
It's so
like the
corny.
older bands that like, that's not punk. You know, and I feel like you kind of got a little of that, and you've talked about it before publicly, and you, I don't know if you guys would ever squashed it, but there were certain bands who would like make jokes about you on stage with certain bands have, I don't want to say their names, have done to other bands their whole entire career, and like kind of bully these bands, and it's like, first of all, some of these bands look up to that band, right? And it's like, these are like your peers, and it's like, I don't know. For me, I never understood like, who are you to say what punk is and what it sounds like and what it's supposed to be, and how dare you judge the younger bands that are coming up because they don't sound like what? It's just so corny and gatekeeping to me. I never understood it. It always bothered me, man.
I mean, if it's really an ideology, then it has nothing to do with what you look like or what you sound like, you know?
Facts.
If it's really how you live, then I think it should show in how you live and your actions and how you treat people and
100%.
all that shit. To me, the reason I was drawn to this world from a very young age was community. I think, you know, when you're a kid and you're living in a broken home, your parents are divorced, your mom's married to an asshole, like you're looking for family all the time and everything. And it's got me into a lot of trouble too, because I've really found myself sort of like just bending over backwards to feel accepted in certain ways or people please, or, you know.
Same.
Yeah.
People pleasing, yes.
It's really hard. That's a hard thing to get out of, especially if you are community minded. Yes. You know, if you want to take care of people outside yourself.
100%.
You know, but yeah, it is an annoying sort of like, I don't understand why it doesn't go away, this gatekeeping attitude. This is related, but it has to do with GDY. Brian, who I started the hair dye company with, when we started out, I was very passionate that this was a company that was supposed to be for like the punks and the weirdos and the people that want to express themselves loudly and they don't care, you know.
Yes.
And we got to a place where it was really limiting what we could do, even visually. And Brian was like, Hayley, if we don't open up our doors to more people, then we're no better than the people that made us feel like outcasts in the first place. So
it's a great point.
You know, I think that when people come into this world looking to belong, it's kind of shit when they feel like the door is slammed in their faces, whether they're a band, whether they're a fan. Like, this is our side of the music world, the subculture of this scene that we're all a part of and that we all love is like, I think it's sacred, and there's a need to protect it, but at the same time, the doors should be open, because there's a lot of people that need to find their people.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about them in a second. Turnstile, which do an incredibly job at that. But yeah, for me, punk was about escaping my home life. My father had passed. You know, my mom was working 3 jobs, raising 3 boys, and I would go to this. I found punk rock, and it was a safe haven. I found my tribe. It was a place to be yourself. There was no rules. You could be a total ordinary person. You could have a mohawk. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
We went there because we loved this music and the message. It was stuff we weren't hearing on the radio. We could relate to it.
Yeah.
And it just changed. And it's something that I keep a spirit of youth inside of me my whole life. That's what I carry of punk and hardcore. It's not how you look at what you sound like. And so I've never been down with the gatekeeping. I never understood it. And I know that you dealt with that too when first coming up, especially on the Warped Tour too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, it sucks because everybody's been called a poser at some point. Everybody starts somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? So like maybe these other bands hurt people, whatever. Maybe they were picked on when they first came around. They're trying to give you some tough skin, but still, like, as a new band coming, especially on the Warped Tour, and being a woman in the band and being like in this scene, it's like, I'm just hearing those stories. It's just such a bummer because it's like it's just bullying people.
Yeah, for sure.
Even it's just mentally.
Yeah.
Saying shit on stage but yeah, it's just you're not the first person to tell the story like that. But yeah, it's I just never got down like that. You know, when the scene I come from, I really got down like that either, you know?
Well, you know what? I found the people that have the most respect in our scene, and the people who I think have made the most difference, have been the most open with me and the kindest. You're one of those people.
Thank
the
you.
Madball guys were like that with me. You know, there's so many people that I feel like honestly probably should have been more intimidating to me, but that made me feel like it was okay to be young, to be not playing the same style of music, to not have the same lived experience. Like, I think that really helped me in my early 20s. Like, when a lot of shit was confusing, I think I met some of you at a really important time in my life, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know they have heart too. I remember there was a thing where like you were wearing a shirt or something, made a comment, and then the singer came on and like defended you. That was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pat Flynn who loves you, and you always represent Half Heart.
Oh, I love Have Heart.
Even your latest, like you were playing music. I forgot what you were, like a DJ or something the other day. You
Oh,
did,
for
like,
NTS?
Yeah, it was like GB, Trapped Under Ice, Half Heart. That was so awesome,
Dude,
man.
Walter DM'd me.
He did?
He sure did.
That's cool, man.
And I was like, I love every one of your bands. I can't believe you're
Hell
in
yeah.
my DMs. He was so nice, and I hope I get to see them play.
Yeah, Quicksand, GB, all
right?
that, man. Yeah,
Rival Schools.
Yeah, I think when we met you at that time, like, yeah, you knew about the punk world and I guess the war, all that other stuff, but there's a different part of music, right? Like the
hardcore scene, I think, was really impressive to me. You guys all are, you know, you have this thing, this spirit that I think, again, for a kid who's looking for family, who really wants to belong, to see that scene exist in the way that you guys were, was really like aspirational for me. And I really wanted my band at the time to feel that way, but we were in a terrible place, like, as friends. We weren't getting along. We like basically were on the verge of a breakup. And then this other side of my life, I was coming around you and Moon and Max. And I was with, whoever else we were around, and I was meeting and going to meeting people and going to shows and seeing this like camaraderie that like made me feel like the world, people could work together and make the world a better place.
Yeah.
It's like kind of cheesy to
but
say
it's true,
it,
though.
but it just, that's what's always drawn me back to this music and always kept me really interested in seeing how it evolves, you know?
Yeah.
Because I do think it has to evolve. It has to keep changing.
Absolutely.
And I think with all respect to where it comes from, you keep cycling in and out of like those, it's like you pay respect to where it comes from,
Absolutely.
but you're always, hopefully there's bands always trying to push it forward.
Yeah, that's what I love about Turnstile and like all these newer bands. They're all like giving props to the history and wearing the t-shirts and shouting them out. And Turnstile is like, we both love them so much. Obviously, you're friends as well. And what they're doing for the community and for hardcore, they represent everything I love about it. And it's so inclusive. It's so beautiful. Into the show. In LA, it was 13,000 people. The little kids on the parents' shoulders singing all the words. It was like my son was in the pit with his friend Chappelle, and like there was all these things happening on the Jumbotron. You see our friends in the mosh pit. And it was just so beautiful. And like nobody was like, everybody's smiling. Nobody's acting tough. Everybody's having fun.
Dude.
Like it's just.
It's beautiful. We need it right now. Like
I know.
This is why I love pop music so much, but I would rather be at a club show or at a hardcore show like a million times over, because there's something that, I don't know, there's just something those people know that you can't find at other types of shows. And
it's so true.
I'm like, I stay hungry for that, you know?
Yeah, for me, like the punk, like when I heard punk, it was like, fuck your parents and anarchy. And I was like, first of all, I love my mom. She's raising 3 boys. I don't know what anarchy is or the Bollocks or Sex Pistols. It's cool. But then you find hardcore and it's like, okay, it's not fuck everything. It's fix everything. Let's make the world a better place. Let's save the animals. Let's save the planet. Let's not do drugs. Let's be fucking positive. Like that's what attracted me of that, like making a difference, not like just, it's easy to say, fuck the government, fuck this. What are you going to do to make a difference?
Right.
That's what I love about hardcore. It really attracted me. Like, you can make a difference,
Yeah, you're reminding me too of a conversation we had about like youth crew and and for a kid that grew up in the church, one of the only things that I really went to church for was youth group, and I wanted to connect with other people my age, and a lot of the people, were in a suburban little town outside of Nashville, Music City. So all these kids play music. We all were trying to play in the worship band so we could hold a guitar or play, or do something. And the whole message is supposed to be unity, and it's supposed to be, Christian values.
Yeah.
But I found that it wasn't walking the walk.
Yes.
You see that at a show, you go be a part of a scene, and like suddenly there's community that pitches real community and positivity. And I think like also the safe and healthy outlet for aggression and angst is really important, especially when you're young. Like you gotta have a room for that stuff to come out of you, or it's gonna stay in,
or it's gonna come out through drugs or through other stuff, depression, whatever. Get it out. So you're in youth group, not youth crew.
Well, youth crew, I feel like it was those kinds of bands that kind of, I don't know, just sort of was the spark to me of really appreciating this style of music.
Yeah, because it was also, it's aggressive. You can dance to it. You can let it out, but it's also has a message.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always been the music and the message. I mean, the lyrics have always been so important. Everything I grew up listening to, and I'm sure, obviously, with you too, you're a lyricist. It's always been important, to have something that's besides the music. So that Warped Tour, you guys did the main stage.
Yeah, we did.
You're
one
back.
day.
Yeah, but like Riot's out, and now you're back.
Oh, 2007.
Yeah, dude. You did the Warped Tour a couple of times. You played the small stages. Do you go on your first bus at that point?
Yeah, by this point, we're on a bus. Our first bus ever got bed bugs. So we had to switch buses on Warped Tour. It was rough.
But going into bus is incredible the first time.
Oh, man.
Dude, you never go, dude.
And one of the first buses we had VHS players in the bunks.
Sick.
And someone had left Dancer in the Dark, the Bjork. And I would just, my stomach's growling. And I would
Want a protein bar?
No, not yet. Maybe though.
We'll get one a little bit. We'll take a break, get a food break. Oh.
Food sponsor?
Sure.
Okay. I would pop that that VHS in the player and fall asleep to it. It's such a dark movie. It's like so dark. It's
You're a big Bjork fan too.
I love Bjork. Bjork was one of the first artists I illegally downloaded on the internet when I was 12.
Was it LimeWire or something? What was it back then? Okay.
Because I was like, I didn't use LimeWire. Like most of my friends use LimeWire.
So you got Bjork, yeah.
Yeah, I love Bjork. I like the Sugar Cubes too.
Sugar Cubes were sick.
Yeah, Sugar Cubes are so sick.
You know, playing with the Sugar Cubes is a good story. I lived in the GB house in 1988.
Really?
Me, Siv, Walter Schreifels, and Alan Cage and Quicksand. I slept in the closet. I lived in the closet for $100 a month. They call me Closet Master. You can see on the GB record. And Walter is the one to open my mind because I was just a hardcore. And he brought home the Sugar Cubes and he brought home Meat is Murder by the Smiths on the record player. And he made us sit down and he played us this music. And Walter's always been the person that like, I give so much credit to for opening my mind to other music back then. That was 1988.
That. Well, you can see that too in his discography across his bands. Like that's so cool.
Yeah,
and that's an important friend to have because like I remember those moments when someone just fully opened. Someone played me Refused when I was 14 and it changed my world.
Damn.
You know, like it really did. But yeah, I feel like those friends are so important to have to open your mind up and like let you see a different side. Because all of it really, like if the spirit is there, especially, I feel 100%. Like Sugar Cubes are so punk, man.
I mean, think about the Smiths too. Meat is Murder in 1980, like having that the title of their record. It's so crazy. Were you kind of straight edge, not by choice, because of your religion growing up?
Well, weirdly, my granddad loves a whiskey sour, so I grew up like when I was a teenager and I was still really at home a lot. I would have a little bit of a whiskey sour with him from time to time.
Like, how old were you?
I don't know.
That's pretty normal, I guess.
14, 15. Okay. Like I'm young at that point. I'm sure he let me try it even younger, but I just wasn't impressed by it. And then we started touring and my throat would hurt. I would like ask my tour manager to get me shots. It honestly, I think it relaxes you, but it dries you out. So
it dries you out. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
So I quit doing that pretty quickly.
Damn.
And then, got into a relationship with a straight edge person.
Correct.
And it just wasn't around, and it probably kept me out of a lot of trouble, honestly, because I did go through like a season after my divorce where I drank a good bit, but honestly, it never got dark for me. I never felt like it was dark. It always felt positive, like I was catching up. I didn't really party or hang out with friends at bars or any of that in my 20s. It was really my very, very late 20s, and then. Now it's
You've always been a good kid, though, it seems.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of boring. I like. Now
you're mooning on that gummy life.
Yeah, I like a gummy. I mean, I'm just so boring, and I really like my boring
You're
life.
super chill.
Yeah, I mean, I like going out to shows and stuff, and I can have a good time, but I just want to be sitting in the living room talking with friends and.
With your dog curled up in the blanket.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, back on the Warped Tour. Okay. Riot's out.
Yeah.
Fucking multi-platinum crushing. Now you're on the Warped Tour main stage.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah, it was a game changer.
In a bus, your own bus.
We were on MTV a bunch that year. Like, we had to leave the Warped Tour, fly to New York for the album to come out, be on TRL. Rihanna was there.
Damn.
It was wild. That was a crazy summer.
I'm saying this to all the haters with Turtle, but now fuck you bitches. All the haters from the Warped Tour. Now what? Now we're headlining the main stage. Do you know what I'm saying? Now we're back. You paid your dues. You did a bunch of Warped Tours.
Yeah, we did. I mean,
Bedbug Bus, all that shit.
All of it. It was really, by that point too, we were regulars enough that like, the Underoath guys were really cool. They would like take us to Taco Bell on their scooters and, like the Killswitch guys were really kind. Adam from Killswitch called me a bird of prey because my hair was like,
I remember that. Dude. That's right, little peacock.
That was Brian O'Connor.
Wow.
Visionary.
Dude. Wow.
But that was also when we started to really see a change in like the types of people coming out to see us. Like more and more young girls my age dyeing their hair, wearing like, it was kind of like there were scene kids and then there was like emo kids. And we were more like the emo kind of post-hardcore-y. Like I didn't really dress up that much. And when Misery Business came out, I sort of decided with the haircut to sort of give in a little bit to that like scene girl thing, but I never went full bore with it. Like you'd see those girls on Warped Tour, like back in the day, it was like Hannah Beth, Audrey Kitching, Jeffree Star was one of and it was like, I wasn't quite that, but like the hair did it for me for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I got real shy about the hair and I just dyed it maroon. I was like, fuck it. And I just like.
Because it was like a signature color for a minute for you.
Yeah, I only had that hair for probably 6 months, but it's what I'm known for the most.
Was that with Manic Panic back then?
Yeah, well, Brian was using, it was a company called Special Effects that doesn't
even back then
anymore.
He was doing it with you?
Oh yeah, I met him when I was 17.
That's incredible. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
shout out to Brian. That's incredible.
He just keeps getting better, dude.
Wow.
He keeps getting better. I'm so proud of him. Like I'm so proud of him with GDY. But like it all started with. He dyed my hair before Misery Business, but Misery Business was like I had come back from Japan It was probably around the time I did the SAT. And I was like, hey, I saw these people that dress like this on Harajuku Street.
Ooh.
And I got this magazine called Fruits Magazine. And I want to look like an anime character. And he just fucking came up with it. He kind of knew our scene and like the swoopy hair and all that shit.
That was so huge.
It was huge. It was huge. And he just did it. He's always been like that, though. I'll be like, have you ever seen this? We did Liberty Spikes recently for a shoot, and he had never done it before. He did it so fast.
I'm going to show him a picture of me in the 80s with that. I used to have him.
You did?
Just put hair gelatin in the hair back in the day and blow dry it.
What else did you use? Just hair gel?
It was Jello, like gelatin.
Whoa.
I couldn't do it now because I'm vegan, but back then we used gelatin.
Whoa,
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it stayed there for days, like just spikes.
Awesome.
He
would love to see that.
So this record's out. It's crushing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it blow up overnight?
No, it didn't chart super well, but MTV like adopted us pretty early in that album cycle. They had us doing like commercials for them and
it's cool.
All this shit that like honestly I don't think we realized what a big deal it was at the time because we were kids. And they kind of took us in and like tried to make us a thing that year, and I think it worked. And then we kind of once Riot started to like calm down a bit, like once we got through the first few tours, we sort of resisted the commercial aspects of it. And I think that was also simultaneously around the time our friendships started to splinter.
Okay.
So that leads into like writing Brand New Eyes. And then I met you. I met you during a headlining show at the Wiltern for Riot. We covered Sunny Day Real Estate.
You were 19.
I was actually 18 then.
Crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I was about to turn 19, but I was 18 then. I remember that show like it was yesterday. I think we went to Swingers afterward.
Hell yeah.
It was like it was peak 2007 life.
Swingers still going. Still
I thought they closed it down. I was so happy
somebody
to hear.
bought it. One of the persons there bought it. Somebody bought it.
Oh, good for them.
I was just thinking about your band. You're saying like all the ups and downs with like personalities and people leaving and coming back. You have to, if you listen now, I mean, obviously you started like 14 or 15 years old. You're still like little kids, barely going. Maybe some of the dudes maybe even gone through puberty yet. We can take that off if you want, but you're still growing as humans, let alone getting thrown into a van, a record deal, making records and going on tour. Yeah. That's fucking a lot as like a young person. Like you're still kids. I think about my son who's still a kid. He's 22. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot. So obviously there's going to be all kinds of emotions and attitudes and dealing with this and trying to be a legit band when you're still kind of growing up. You grew up in this band. Yeah,
I did. I grew up in this band. I learned all my lessons in this band. I also have to think that the way we were taught, like Christian culture too, I do think asks a lot of teenagers. It puts a lot of pressure on teenagers' development. Gotcha. Especially sexually. Okay. So what that means is people are kind of taught to marry really young. So you sort of are walking around as a 17-year-old going like, well, I'll probably be married in a few years. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just what people do. And it's like, that's the way to live. And like, they're preaching abstinence and all this shit. Like, I'm not really so sure how much of that I actually subscribe to. I mean, I dated Zach's brother when we were teenagers, but we never slept together. We barely hung out. Like we hung out as a band.
So no sex before marriage was the whole thing.
Yeah. And it wasn't even really my point. I don't think I didn't feel as strict around these I don't know, I guess what would be tenets of that lifestyle when we were teenagers. It was to me a place to go belong, and like I said, I was always looking for that. So to have a youth group to go to on Wednesdays and to have kids my own age that loved music. I mean, we were getting together at church so we could hang out after church, and talk about what music came out and like the new Death Cab album and like listen to it on the way to Taco Bell in whoever's car that got their license before us, know, like it just, it was the only social club that we had. And there was a couple of all ages venues, but like they were in Nashville. If you didn't have a ride, you weren't getting to Nashville. Sure. So, I think a lot about that time in our life being, we were such kids, but I think we all thought we were so grown. Yeah.
We had to kind of grow up fast too. If you're in a band, you're getting signed, you're going on tour, you're making records, you're doing adult shit. Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever start questioning like Christianity when you started hearing punk music or other artists? Mm-hmm. Right?
It was probably after the first time we went to the UK. And we were getting asked questions about our faith a lot. So I was kind of realizing like, well, I'm down to stand for something, but I have to be honest inside my mind that these questions they're asking me are pretty big questions and I don't know the answers to them, you know, about what I actually believe. And so I think it started kind of early, but I really didn't let that out or let that show until the band's friendship started splintering. And I started realizing how differently some of us believed from each other.
Yeah.
And I think I was kind of ready to can it all and not believe in anything. And that's when we started writing Brand New Eyes.
Yeah, so it's like around Riot, which is like a huge successful time in your life, and you guys toured a lot on that record, right?
Yeah.
So that in a sense is like it's definitely a game changer, right? Probably just people recognizing you financially is everything for you.
Yeah. I mean, I got my first apartment during that.
Wow.
Do you remember my friend Hannah?
Probably. Yeah.
Hannah and I were in the That's What You Get video together.
And how old are you then?
I'm 18, about to turn 19 at that point.
When you buy your first apartment?
Yeah, I got my first apartment. She lived with me. We had a picture of shirtless Henry Rollins above our...
Oh, yeah, I sent it to you the other day, too.
Yeah.
You love Rollins.
I love Rollins, man.
Did you ever get to meet him?
No, I'm too scared.
I heard he moved up by you.
He did. He lives in Nashville now.
You don't see him at the local coffee shops yet?
Nah, man, I don't go in public.
No,
in
I hear
I go to Whole Foods.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
So that success, it's a big high, it's a big moment for you, but then the band's having like internal things and you're probably kind of burnt too. You've been touring for a while now and there's a lot going on.
Yep.
And you're still freaking young. But also that's what you get. It's one of my favorite songs, by the way.
Thank you.
Great song. So yeah, there's like there's kind of a gap between that's 2 years for the next record. Yeah.
Yeah, we took a longer time between, and it was because, I mean, we toured more on Riot, but we also we had a tough time making the record. And
we can't skip the Twilight soundtrack, 2008.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
That happened before Brand New Eyes?
Yeah, that's a big one, 2008. And then Jennifer's Body did Teenagers too on that soundtrack.
Yeah. That was
Those are big moments.
That was really fun. And actually, it is very shocking that we had the time and the energy to write those songs while we were touring Riot. Because we had this guy, Jonah Byer, who did our first big AP cover story, I think. He came out on the road with us for a couple of days, and we were practicing the 2 Twilight songs at soundcheck, and he was like, this is really different for you guys. And I was like, well, actually, this to me feels more like us when we started. Like this, you know, and it was a great precursor to the heavier sounds we would pick back up for the third record.
But Decode, that song's huge, man. That became like a hit song off a soundtrack.
Yeah, man.
Which really doesn't happen for a lot of artists.
I know. And even just soundtracks in general don't always get the same visibility. But
Twilight was huge.
It was huge. And I never would have expected it.
Were you a fan of Twilight at the time?
I mean, I read the books. They were really easy reads, and I wasn't reading a lot on the road. So someone from the label was like, "We might do something with this soundtrack." I read the first book, and I was like, weirdly, kind of have a song that could fit it. And once they knew that, they were like, "Okay, we're gonna put you on this soundtrack." And I met the director and like tried really hard to get the end credit song, but I still felt like we got treated really well because we got to do the video with the actors in it. We got
cool.
You know, we got all this recognition for having this song on the soundtrack, and I was like, we're also on a soundtrack with like other really cool artists. There was a great soundtrack.
Yeah, and then Jennifer's Body too. There's another one too.
Yeah, that was fun.
So making Brand New Eyes, was there a lot of pressure getting in the studio for that, coming off of the big success of Riot?
Yeah, and we really tried to like shun that. I think I especially, you know, this was around the time I had met you and started going to shows again and was feeling like, you know what, like this type of success, and it wasn't even that crazy now that I have lived this many more years.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
But at the time I was like, it's not really the fun part. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about writing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And and we still, we still had the only exception I think was still a big song for us. But for the most part, to me, that album was about reconnecting with the world that I wanted to feel a part of musically. Yeah. And obviously I didn't write any of the music on that album. That was all Josh and Taylor. But to me, their heads must have been in a similar space in some regard because they were writing heavier music, like riffs and stuff again.
Were you writing songs before that in other records usually? Or just lyrics?
Here and there I might suggest, but no, I mean, really until my own records, I kind of stayed out of the way of it. I kind of liked just it's like lyrics, I'm just hopping on the track kind of, you know what I mean? It's fun for me to, again, we bend stuff around my parts at times, and I have musical suggestions from time to time, but I think those records are very indicative of them and their style too.
Did you love touring or the process of recording back then more?
I liked touring more.
Yeah. I wanted touring so much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone back and forth now that I'm getting older, but I think the energy exchange was really helpful. When there was so much tension around us in the band, it was we would work it out on stage.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what you guys are going through. Once you're on stage, it all connects, right? It's such a beautiful thing. But nobody understands being on stage, how magical it is, man.
It is.
That high, dude.
It really is. It can heal a lot of things. Yeah. Weirdly.
The next moment where I was here for this too is I remember you coming home or wherever, if you were downstairs at the time, you asked me if I heard of a rapper named B.O.B. And I was like, yes, I heard of B.O.B. And that's when that moment happened. I was like, she's like, I got asked to be on the remix. I'll never fucking forget you talking to me about this. And then you did the remix, and then Eminem's on the fucking remix after that. That was a sick moment, dude.
That was a crazy
moment to say it actually 10 minutes ago got certified diamond.
Whoa, we just got news.
Oh my God, we got news. Breaking news.
There's sub 200 songs ever that have been certified diamond.
We just got news that it's certified diamond, so congratulations.
Oh my God, that is wild.
What? Were you nervous about doing that, being on our hip hop song at that moment?
No, and it was a Lupe Fiasco song.
That's right.
I was so excited because I knew his music, I was very pumped. Bob was new to me, and I guess he had signed to Atlantic. So at some point they took the song from Lupe, they gave it to Bob. They already had my chorus, and they just slapped the chorus on.
But Eminem wasn't on it yet.
He wasn't on it yet. That was part of the news when they told me that they took Lupe off. They were like, but we put Eminem on it. And I was like, well, I can't. What am I going to say? It's not even, I didn't even write that chorus. So I'm just singing it for y'all. You can do whatever you want with it. But I could never have thought it would be like that. And it was right after Twilight too. So it was big. And I think that's even more to the point that when we did Brand New Eyes, I was like, okay, well, that stuff's out there. But I want to be here, and I want to be making this kind of music, and I want to yell, and I want to get
I think there was a moment for you too. I think when the world saw that diversity and stuff, you coming on a B.O.B. track, I think it put you in a whole different stratosphere of other people that may have not heard of Paramore before. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really, from that moment, really put you in a different level.
That's interesting.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because you weren't on anything like that.
Yeah.
And then Eminem's on, who's fucking massive at the time. It's such a beautiful song. Even when I hear that song now, I get goosebumps thinking about it. But I never forget you coming with talking. I remember it was Lupe Fiasco. That's right.
Yeah, it was.
Now you get a diamond plaque.
Yeah, that's insane.
They got to get you a plaque for sure.
That's do they do that?
Cool. Yeah,
they do that?
Yeah,
wow,
dude.
Man. What?
That's crazy.
That's
such great news to hear right now. But yeah, did you ever meet B.O.B. or perform it live with him?
Yeah, he came on the road with us.
Really?
He did. Was it fun in B.O.B.? Or was it Now Know Every Children and B.O.B.?
So you took him on tour after that?
In the UK only.
That is so cool.
Yeah, we took him on tour so that we could play that song. And it was our first arena tour, maybe, in the UK. I sometimes get 2010
first arena tour
10 a little bit confused. Yeah, I get it a little confused because I think it was fun and B.O.B.
That's a sick tour.
Because Jack and I were just talking about that tour, and it being the last tour that Zach and his brother were in the band. You
just said something about arena tour. How fast does it go from whatever Warped Tour to Riot to clubs to
theaters and
until does it go pretty fast for you?
Well, so Riot, we did play some theaters like Wiltern and stuff, and we were starting to play more festivals that were not just Warped Tour but overseas and stuff. I feel
big ones,
over there we kind of quote unquote broke.
Reading and Leeds, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff happened quicker in the UK, and then we sort of like brought it back to America with us. And it took.
So you started doing arenas in the US when you came back?
We didn't really do arenas in the US until the self-titled tour. So that was a whole nother album after Brand New Eyes.
But there was also a Transformers song you did?
Yeah, we did that after self-titled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a Paramore Singles Club. There was so many. You stayed busy like all these years. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think when we go through, typically when we go through sort of upheavals in our band, a lot of the times we put our heads down and work a little bit harder, and it's not always the best. I think sometimes that's like avoidance, but I did it even with my record. Now it's like you go through stuff, and what else are you supposed to do with all of that energy? It's got to go somewhere.
Do you stay writing and journaling through all these years?
Yeah, I do. I need to go buy a new journal actually, because I haven't been writing physically, and my handwriting has gotten so bad.
Just typing your phone notes or something?
Yeah, I do notes a lot. I like to write on the computer, and I think it's because when I was a teenager and we had the computer in the house, I loved it. It was so novel to me that became my like formative experience of writing songs.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, and I still journal a lot, but I want to eventually get to where I'm only physically writing. I'm not keeping a digital record of it.
Yeah. So there's a couple years between self-titled, obviously. You guys are still kind of touring in between that too, or are you kind of off?
We did a little bit of touring.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of that time writing though.
Were you still here then? I'm trying to think where you were at that time.
So for people that don't know are listening, I lived below Toby for a few years. I was in a relationship, and like that's where we lived.
Yeah, your room was under our room.
Yeah.
Moon's room.
Yeah, and Max would play drums at like 8 a.m.
I'm sorry about that.
I loved it. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
It was so, honestly, it was like romantic to me, because I just love music so much, and I love drums. But yeah, that time of my life, that would have been Brand New Eyes era. And then right before we made self-titled, I bought my first house in LA.
Amazing house, man.
Oh, dude, I loved that house.
Dude, we talked about it before the power, like we could talk whatever dinosaur in the back and the Hollywood sign and like the stairwell and the kitchen floor. It was like magical, man.
Yeah, and I baked a lot, and I loved cooking. Like there was a little market on the corner by my house, so I tried to be like a French lady. I would go to the market just for what I needed that night. Yeah, I get my baguette.
We're gonna talk about your neighbors. My friend Brooke Smith was your neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Silence of the Lambs. She's been on the podcast. She dropped her own photography book from New York. She's an OG punk rocker.
So when I met her, she was like, I don't know why we started talking about it, but
OG.
She found out that I knew you, and she was like, you got to come over and see my pictures. I had these pictures at HR.
Yeah, man.
Like beautiful
I'll show you her book.
portraits. Oh, I got to see it. I should buy one. Does she sell it?
Yeah, she's still an actress, still killing it.
Damn, dude. I loved her.
Yeah, the Avrons as your neighbor.
Yeah, Neil Avron.
Wow.
So a lot of bands would be across the street. It was a great street. And it was also where they filmed the original Halloween. I would walk Alf. When I got Alf, we would do that walk every day by the Halloween house.
It was a great little block, man.
It was a good time in my life. I like needed to kind of like find myself away from my family, away from my hometown. And it was such a sweet neighborhood, and I loved it. I still think
Runyon was close to there.
Yeah. I did Runyon a lot. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had a friend who lived around the corner in an apartment, so I'd skate to her house.
You were skating out here too?
I would skateboard to her house. I mean, again, we're talking like not a good skater.
Yeah, but still, you're still skating though. It's fucking awesome.
I mean, it was fun. We had a good time.
Self-titled,
man.
Game changer.
That was the one.
I mean, these are so were you still here? You're gone. Wait,
no, I'm here.
Okay.
Wrote all of that while living here.
Yeah, Still Into You. Ain't It Fun? My fucking jam, dude. Now, Dave. I mean, when Ain't It Fun would come on, when we lost touch for many years, if I heard Ain't It Fun on one of these songs in like a fucking store, I would just get so emo because I don't know. I was just so because whatever happened. Now we're back together as friends. But I followed everything you did throughout all those years, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that means so much.
Of course, but don't get me emotional. But I would hear that song and I would think about you. I'd be just like, fuck, this is such a banger, dude. Just, I don't know. Just
you guys came to one of the self-titled shows.
We did.
I remember being like, well, I probably won't see them, but it's cool that they came.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. It wasn't self-titled. It was, Which show did you guys come to?
We'll get to that.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah.
But also we had Aaron Gillespie play drums.
Yes.
On that tour.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Oh, he was a monster. I mean, he was
Are you
Under
learning a
Oath.
lot today?
Oh, I am.
Okay, good.
Under
So
Oath
happy.
were a big inspiration for, especially I think for Zach as a drummer. He looked to drummers who played really heavy-handed, like William Goldsmith from Sunny Day Real Estate was a huge influence on him. And hi, Stella.
Don't be farting on
You
Hayley.
want to come fart on me? I love you.
Let me know if you need a pee break too.
Oh, I'm okay right now.
Okay,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
though. But yeah, like Under Oath was another one of those, and we saw a pretty early show of Under Oaths when they played Blue Sky Court. Did you ever play Blue? Oh, you didn't play Nashville a lot. Blue Sky Court's not there
It's the
anymore.
first time in 20 years.
That was crazy.
It was sick.
But yeah, like Aaron is a monster on the drum kit, and like when we lost Zach as a drummer, it fundamentally changed our band.
Okay.
Because Zach was a big part of our sound. Always was a big part of our sound. Even if he wasn't writing the song itself, like he made it sound like us. And I remember realizing the moment we weren't going to have him around anymore. I was like, fuck, what are we going to do? I called Mark and I was like, we got to get Josh Freese immediately. Like, I don't like.
He's the one to go.
I was like, we literally have to call Dave Grohl. We have to call whoever the best drummers and because we're going to fall apart, you know, like we're not going to sound the same. Josh Freese came in, he filled in for a while.
Oh, he did. That's
He
cool.
did. It was,
He's a beast, dude.
He's a beast.
Shout out to Josh Freese.
and what a
dude.
good-hearted human. He
Yes.
was like so good to be around. And then we went through a series of like fill-ins. We couldn't really get it together. And we finally found someone. He got in a terrible like accident and he like burned half of his body.
What?
He couldn't tour with us. Aaron
Jeez.
came in within 48 hours, had to learn like 20 something or maybe 30
He's a
songs.
beast, dude.
And he really saved us in a pickle. And we had a few amazing years with that band set up.
Yeah, I
It
ended
was
up going
great.
for a couple years, like 4 or 5 years maybe with him.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how long, but it was basically the rest of the self-titled album cycle. And so all those arena tours that we did, like
Damn.
really big shows, even like playing TV, which was so weird. Like to play The Voice or American Idol is the weirdest
Oh yeah, it's gotta be
experience.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not natural. It's like definitely not where I belong. But
This was a
but
bigger
we did
record
it.
than Misery Business, right?
Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, it
right,
was.
Right, I'm sorry, yeah.
It was our biggest commercial album.
Damn.
For sure. Which is why when we made After Laughter, we were like, we're not doing any of that shit.
No, I hear you. Yeah, yeah.
And we
yeah.
did no press. I mean, I was going through a lot too.
Of
but
course.
it was
But these songs are just like gigantic, man, huh?
Oh, thanks, dude. My favorite song on that record is Future.
Okay.
It's the last song on the record. It was like very influenced by Failure, which was one of our earlier
And
influences.
you guys covered them in the past, yeah.
Yeah, and then Ken Andrews from Failure mixed the album for us.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was like, it was
Meant a
great.
lot.
We got commercial success, which was really interesting and I think really helped us get to a different level where we could afford to have a bigger production budget and all that stuff. And that was fun. But like, it was also the things that, like having Ken mix the album and working with Justin Meldal Johnson, who had, he's played with everyone from Beck to Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
And he made the M83 record that came out the year prior. Carlos de la Garza engineered it, who now has gone on to make every record with us since.
Oh, that's cool.
That album to me is where Paramore's like legacy, I think, really started to sink in.
Mhm.
Like we're gonna be here, we're sticking around.
Sure.
Because when two people who were like original members of your band leave, it's like you don't know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You don't know if the fans are gonna be down. You don't know if I don't know. I always felt like we just look like such a joke because people always are trying to say we're not a real band, whatever. And we can't
Always in
get
your
it
head about
together. Yeah, I was always in my head. Self-titled kind of made me feel like, all right, well, we can do what we want. Like we can make the music we want. If we want to do a pop, song over here, if we want to do a Failure inspired
Yeah.
song over here, it's like, it's all us.
Totally.
How
How were you in that moment? Were you in a good place at that time, or mentally, or?
Well, I was going through a lot personally.
Yeah.
I feel like my relationship was just not, like we don't got to get into all of it, but it
Totally.
was just not a healthy relationship for me.
Because
And
you're having all this success
Mm-hmm.
with your music
Mm-hmm.
in a massive place, but then you as a person, your life, you're trying to figure that out too at that moment. Too.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
I don't think I was ready to figure out who I was, because I think if I had figured out who I really was, I would have realized how many bad decisions I was making in my personal life. And it just, and we were so busy, there was no time to take care of it. So there was a few times I can remember being on the bus with the guys and just like one of us breaking down and being like, this is too much, like we got to slow it down.
Yeah.
And we ended up like, we finished that album cycle with like a Grammy and
Yes.
like
Congrats.
all this good stuff. Thank
Yeah.
you. But like that is when we came home and like shit hit the fan. Like the real adult life hit. I was 25, so it started to get real.
So started to get real. It's crazy because you're like 10 years in the game at that point or longer.
I know. And I couldn't deny it anymore. I'm like, oh, this is a career and I'm a adult woman and I've got to take responsibility for myself in a new way.
Yeah, but then you have like a couple years off. You start Good Die Young, which is awesome. That's
Yeah. We started Good Die Young like
Brian,
on top of writing like Hard Times and Told You So and those songs.
Shout out to Paul Conroy too.
Yeah, Paul Conroy helped us so much.
That's my
Early
dude,
days,
man.
he really championed us.
He's a great human, man. One of the respected in the business.
Well, and I don't like him working with a beauty brand was very new.
Totally.
He was like managing Terror and like working with like Rob Dyrdek.
Yep,
and,
skateboarders, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was an early champion.
He's a great human.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the commercial we did with Max for Our Good Die Young?
Yes.
It's still on his Instagram, I think. When he
Is
dyed
it
his hair
really?
blue. Yeah, we shot in his bedroom.
That was amazing.
That was like one of the first things you kind of shot back then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like I was really adamant that we've got to like include people from our world and our scene, because this is who the product is for. That's like how it was born. It was very much like, it was almost like a Warped Tour era for Good Die Young.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I like it's like vegan and cruelty free. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like color is expression. I like the whole thing's hair healthy.
Yes.
Because my wife has a lot of, I'm not going to blow up my wife's spot, but some of her hair was fried from dyeing it, bleaching it.
Yeah.
But this is more like healthy for your hair.
Moon has always had the coolest hair. When I met her, I was like, oh my God, she's an icon. Like the split, especially when she do like the turquoise, like the baby blue on one side.
She has that now right now.
Does she?
She has a bob and then she has half right now.
And then sometimes it's just white and black on the other side. So sick.
Yeah, Moon's always had a...
She's so punk.
It's
crazy. You got to be so in love.
No, I'm very happy. We're 30 years married next year.
Oh my God.
It's pretty crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Especially in this world, in this whatever.
Yeah.
Not like in some crazy world, but yeah, we started. I met her when I was Max's age. I was 22.
Come on.
That's fucking
That's
bananas,
why Max
right?
is on a mission right now. He's got to.
Oh, man.
He's trying to lock it in, lock it down.
I hope so. I hope he locks something down. But was it Good Day Young? Was it kind of a manic inspired or just whatever? Just hair brand in general?
It's, I mean, Manic
And
Panic.
when you come out, is there companies like, not like hating on it, is it like competitive in that world?
Yeah, but I mean, at one point I thought I was just going to do like a little collab with Manic Panic. And then Brian and I kept talking about it and I was like, I mean, and also we were working with a couple of other people. This was like, Paul was around, but there was some other people that like, I just don't think they were fully aligned with us or knew what we were trying to do. So ultimately we were like, no, we want to work harder and longer and make our own thing. So by the time we came out, I do feel like there was kind of like a space in that market where nobody our age was really speaking to it. And I, of course, was like at shows with young people coming up to me with like way cooler hair than I had, being like, oh man, I love your hair. It's really inspired me. And I was really feeling like, because I knew the type of people that were coming to our show, I was like, man, expressing yourself with color or with specific clothes or tattoos or piercings, whatever it is really healthy. And I think like it's less permanent than a tattoo.
Sure.
So it's always been something that when I was really young, my mom, she wasn't saying no to that. She wouldn't let me get piercings, but she would let me dye my hair. So I really enjoyed talking to young people about it. And it felt like a conversation that we wanted to be able to be a part of, but that not a whole lot of people older than us were having. Yeah. So that to me was like, it wasn't that there was no competition, but I just felt like our mission was different, you know, and we kind of banked on the people first, and the products were amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. We had a lab at the time that was in Baltimore that was making all this, like,
were you going there and checking out samples? And wow,
yeah.
okay.
We went to Baltimore a few times to see the lab, and
That's cool.
they were so good. And now we've used several labs since then, but like the mission at the time was like how to be the loudest, how to be the most obnoxious, like take up space, right?
Yeah.
And then at a certain point we realized like these people are growing up with us and we want to teach them how to take care of their hair. So now we're going to talk more about like what's in the products.
Hair health. Yeah.
And it's really been fun. I think it's been a conversation that has like evolved naturally, and because Brian is the expert, he just knows how to take it in. Like, it's completely, like, it's not out of my hands. I'm still part of the company, but Brian is sort of ushering in a new era of like, he now wants to educate other people who want to do hair. So that's like the next mission of the company.
And people can buy everywhere now? It's everywhere?
Sally Beauty and Amazon.
Sally's legendary.
Sally is legendary.
Yeah,
and
I know from my wife, yeah.
I mean, Sally is also like, Sally Beauty is like a spot that's everywhere.
Okay.
And so the access is really important. It's also, we talk about this a lot, like there's a lot of business type shit we do not agree with. And, you know, it's like, do you really want to be on Amazon in 2025? But I think we always try to weigh like, who are we going to be able to reach? And
Totally.
I really want a 15-year-old kid who is in a small town who feels like he's
like you did.
Yes.
Yeah,
like they're bursting at the seams and they need something to like make them feel a certain kind of way. And sometimes that's music, and sometimes that's going to a show, or sometimes it's dyeing your hair in your kitchen, with your friends on a Friday night. And I think like we're still weighing those opportunities of how do we make ourselves accessible enough and we can still do good to offset, the fact that like capitalism is what it is. But I think other than Amazon and Sally, we do our own website, and then we have Ulta. We have a great partnership with Ulta Beauty, and Ulta has like, I think, been one of our best. Like, we had more retail partnerships and we just had to like cut it down. It was costing us too much, and it's a like dog eat dog world. But but Ulta they're so cool. They're like a cool company.
Who came up with the name?
Me.
It's a great name, man.
Thank you.
It's such a great name, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I had the name like a year before we even started talking. Yeah.
Did you go through a bunch of names? This is like,
no.
Wow.
I was just like, this is it. If it's not this, we probably don't have a company. I don't know.
It's so good though.
Thank you.
After Laughter.
My favorite Paramore album.
This is when I lost touch with you. Yeah. Because I remember this coming out and seeing Hard Times. I was like, so sick.
I
Told You So, Fake Happy.
Dude, it's my favorite Paramore album.
Yeah, and it's so different for you. It's Paramore that has a different vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
For sure, standout.
I think we needed that. We needed a refresher. And man, like, look, so for the folks at home, I married one of Toby's friends, and when that divorce happened, it was rough, and I went into a deep depression. I didn't really talk to anybody I didn't talk to you for 6-7 years.
For the listeners, I had a bunch of Hayley Williams' phone numbers, and I was texting all these numbers. Who knows if they probably didn't exist. We'll get to when we reconnect, because that was a beautiful night. But yeah, we didn't talk, but I followed everything you did. I probably even maybe reached, I don't think I reached out to you like that on Instagram or nothing, but I followed what you were doing, and I kept track of you, and as a proud father. Anyway, go.
Man.
But you had to cut everything off, and you just, you went away.
I was really unhealthy. It was not a good relationship for me, and this is not like a time to get into like therapy, but I was too young. I was way too young to understand what I was getting into. Yeah. And that's really the gist of it, and
you're way too young getting your band too, and
I was,
your record deal.
I'm always just trying to run ahead of myself.
You started so young, but go. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I moved back to Nashville, what really happened is I was able to reconnect with a lot of my friends once getting out of that relationship, because to be quite honest, nobody from my life was all that excited for me. I think they worried for me a lot. And so I reconnected with high school, like not high school friends that like I grew up with.
Which
that,
is
like,
amazing.
It was
so,
great.
yeah.
It was really healthy. It was the healthiest thing I could do at the time. And I was really learning about mental health, mental illness. And
Had you been in therapy ever in your life leading up to that?
no.
Okay.
No, I really hadn't. I'd done like maybe like some band counseling sessions, but it wasn't the same. And I really did need to sort of like rip out all the pages and start a new
For sure.
book, you know? And
the Morse is happy one of those pages.
oh my God, which was so hard. It was the hardest thing to feel like there was no point in me trying to explain, because in my mind,
The world was against, everybody was against
everyone
you.
was against me for taking care of myself, you know, in whatever way that was at the time. So also there, you add that to growing up in sort of like a Christian culture that really frowns upon divorce. My parents got divorced multiple times. I didn't want to be like that. I really just kind of fell apart for a little while.
I think there was pressure in your mind about keeping the marriage as long as possible because you didn't want to get a divorce and have that
Yeah.
like your mom. So you kind of stayed in something that maybe wasn't healthy.
Yes. I thought, well, where's the line between working really hard on a relationship to make it work? But there's only so much you can do. And I think at a certain point it became clear to me that like, I'm going to keep withering away. I'm not going to be healthy if I stay. So part of that was, everything is going to change. Everything's about to change. And I only saw either band music friends, like the two girlfriends from school that I kept in touch with. I saw them quite a lot. And then I embarked on a whole new journey of life, of just trying to grow up really fast, like catch up in a way that was like, I did too much too young.
Yeah.
But now there's like this arrested development where I'm stuck, where there's trauma. So I'm stuck at like 18, 19, 20. And, you know, like not for nothing, that relationship started out as an affair. This is why I make fun of myself being in a band called Paramore. You know, it's like, it was not healthy and I was too young, but I got stuck at that age and then and then suddenly I'm 26, maybe turning 27, getting separated, feeling like I gotta get my shit together and figure out who I am and who's my community right now. And so really it was like After Laughter, the reason I think it's my favorite album is it was such a pure time of reconnection with people who knew a lot of different sides of me. They knew a version of me that had just come to Nashville and was like green as hell. They knew a version of me that went through a relationship that was really hard and all those times. And now they know this version of me that's like becoming a 26, 27-year-old woman and figuring out what that looks and feels like for me.
Also somebody that the world thinks they know and your whole world's out there. Like you're out there. You're like, you're singer Paramore, you're a big band, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a strange, and that was also why we sort of resisted with that album doing press, doing all sorts of exact.
So listen to the lyrics.
Gotta listen to those lyrics because man, like I still go back from time to time when I come across it like in my feed. I'll listen or I'll read and be like, man, I was learning so much in such a short amount of time. Zach came back into our world. So that was like 7 years of not knowing him. And
it
was a lot of catch up.
You really talked during the 7 years, really?
No, not at all.
Wow.
I think maybe I emailed him once when I saw a flyer for his band and I was like, I'm really proud of you. But we didn't really talk, you know? And so, it was a really important time. And the songs meant so much to me. And I was starting to pull myself away from heavy music. Yeah. Because for some reason, after that relationship.
Because he was attached to that kind of music, that world. Yeah.
Yes.
It makes sense.
He's like taught me a lot about, you know, the positive that I think back on when I think about that time in my life before After Laughter is I was introduced to so much good music. I was introduced to so many good people that are in the scene, that are in the music industry. And really primarily that's where my music friends are. They're in that scene. I don't have close friends that are like in the pop world. I know people like, you know, people know I grew up around Taylor Swift, but like the people that I know came from this world.
Yeah.
That like
sure.
that I was more familiar with, that I was more comfortable in.
The
And
community, yeah.
and it did feel like I had to like let it all go. So I went during that time, I like reconnected with funk music. I reconnected with
Cool.
like, that's why I was obsessed with Talking Heads. Like I just kind of reconnected with things that I knew were me and not me for that relationship.
Yeah, because you were in a relationship where you felt like you had to kind of be somebody you're not, because that's what the world you're with in at that moment,
Yeah.
right?
Well, like, you know, I'm like 5'3", I'm 18, 19 at the time, and I'm always feeling like I'm around tough guys. So I got to feel tough. I got to be tough. And I'm listening to testosterone music, you know, like, I mean, it's like, but what's crazy.
Those lyrics are so,
Oh, dude, thank you. But what's crazy is like, I just had to go on the ride and find myself back in a place where I could integrate all those things. All my love for all of it came back. And it did come back during that album cycle because of bands like Angel Dust, Turnstile, you
Trapped
know,
Under Ice.
Title Fight.
Yeah.
Like, I think that stuff really reminded me that, no, it wasn't ever about my relationship. There's certain bands that maybe I didn't love as much, that I didn't understand as much, but like, I love subculture in general.
For sure.
And this is one of my favorite subcultures because of what it stands for, and the sound and the aggression and the beat. And like, it was a really good like reconnection for me. It just took time.
Yeah. You went through a lot of therapy and a lot of highs and lows during that time, right?
Yeah, I did.
And this record's gonna be must have been very therapeutic for you, for sure.
Dude. Know? Yes, big time. I mean, even This Is Why, when we made the last Paramore album, you know, came after years after this whole like trying to reconnect. That's when I saw you. Was when I was out here making This Is Why.
That's right. Because the pandemic hits after that, and then Petals for Armor comes out first solo, and all those videos were. I remember watching those videos with Moon, like Simmer. All those videos is like so incredible. It's just like a different.
Yeah, I was like just trying to make some kind of a horror movie.
Running through the woods and then like just like the monsters and stuff. It was crazy, man. That was a crazy one.
That was my Petals for Armor was
Cinnamon too.
Oh, dude, Cinnamon.
Dead Horse video.
I think Petals for Armor was like a deeper dive on the pulling myself away from an older life, you know?
Yeah.
And I needed that too, aside from the band. I needed that separate from Paramore.
Yeah. And then you drop the flowers for vases. Is it vases or vases? Whatever
I say vases.
I know.
Vases.
Those are quick back-to-back ones, though, man. You were going during the pandemic.
Dude, when I get going, it's tough to stop it.
You in Nashville during the pandemic, just locked in? Yeah.
Yeah, I was stuck.
In the studio, yeah. So you didn't get to play any shows on either of these records, too?
No.
A little bit, no.
No, I never played any shows on
Wow, dude.
And then we like came back with This Is Why, and it was like we did so many shows, and we did so many big festivals for the first time, and TV Fallon for the first time, like late night, you know.
Yeah.
The Tonight what is it?
Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
Fallon. So like
and then the Eras tour too, all that.
Yeah, This Is Why was kind of I didn't even really understand what that album was about, I think, until recently. I
Really?
Yeah, because music can be prophetic that way. Like lyric writing can be like your subconscious knows something that you haven't accepted yet. And so I am only now that I, like when I put out Good Old Days recently, I sort of purged myself of the final clinging on to After Laughter. That was like my way of like, I got, this cannot be the best time in my life forever. I got to have new best times in my life, you know?
I love that.
And I like put so many eggs in the basket of After Laughter because of what that time period taught me. And I felt really feminine for the first time in my adult life. I felt safe in my body. And This Is Why happened. And I think, I don't know, I was having a lot of anxiety, and it's only now that I look back on it and I've let go of this After Laughter thing, this affinity for it. It's always going to be my favorite, but like I got to stop pretending like that's the golden years of my life, you know?
Yeah.
So doing that has sort of allowed me to see This Is Why in a different light.
Gotcha.
Like within the last 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you listening to the lyrics or just
I don't,
Are you going back to it at all?
I really don't go back and just listen to the album, but if
think about that time?
I think about it, I'll go back and look at photos a lot.
Okay.
I'm very visual, so I'll go back, read my lyrics, or I'll look at photos, and I just see the last few years of my life how hard I was trying to figure out yet again, like get my bearings, and I think some of it was because I was still clinging on to After Laughter.
Were those first 2 solo records, were those pretty, you in a good place during those records too? Nah. They're dark.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
probably very therapeutic.
Petals for Armor was like a cleansing. Flowers for Vases was like a Flowers for Vases was just simple heartbreak type songs, and honestly, that felt good to make because it wasn't just about my mental health. It was just about longing for somebody,
Yeah. Were you in a relationship at that time or no?
When I made it, no, I wasn't.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I talked to you back then.
Dude, I know. I know.
Because I guess, then we connect on This Is Why, because we had a Billie Eilish show.
When I saw you in Moon, my mom was with me.
Well, we saw you first.
You saw me first.
We saw you first, and Max is like, there's Hayley, go say hi. And on the last time we saw Max was, you know what I mean? I don't know when that was.
He was a kid.
Yeah, so we sent Max over we watched Max go to see you, and then we saw you guys hug, and you looked at us, we came, this big family hug. It was like a emotional moment, man.
And
your mom's like, I'm so sorry, and it's like
Aww.
ready to cut everybody off, and like that was a crazy. I don't know what year that was. I wonder.
It had to be like 2021 or 22.
Okay, yeah. That was a sick moment.
It was a really good moment. I think I just tend to always believe I'm a bad guy when I take care of myself. I'm feeling that now in my life, just having gone through things and, finishing the Atlantic deal and making this project on my own and learning shit. Like, I'm kind of feeling like taking care of myself is more unnatural than taking care of other people, making other people feel good. So,
because your whole life you try to nurture other people.
I really do. And I'm not like, I don't know. It's like, that's like a thing that I think also young women are conditioned to do. And I do love doing it. Don't get me wrong, but there were these points in my life, and After Laughter was one of them, where I was like, "Fuck it! Like I gotta clean house and just be with myself and just a few people that
and love yourself."
Yeah, and so seeing you guys and realizing that you didn't think I was awful.
No, man. And there's always 2 sides to every story too.
Yeah.
Do you know? It's like,
yeah.
And I was never even beyond your situation. My whole entire, I've never been down with the whole bros over hoes mentality, that stupid mentality, and if we are friends with a couple and something happens, we still have friendships with both those people. It's like they're both their own person. Like my wife always hates when people say, "Oh, you're Toby's wife," or "You're Toby from H2O's wife." No, I'm a fucking person. I'm Moon Morse. Like, she's her own person. You know what I mean? Like, and I always saw you for Hayley as a person. We always saw you as your own person, not like you're somebody's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I never understood that. I never got down with shit like that, like choosing side shit. It's very high school to me.
Yeah,
and nobody can tell us or anybody who the fuck you can be friends with, and that's just facts. Do you know what I'm saying?
So real. It meant so much. And then we went to Sage. We sat for a while. And we caught up.
Yeah, I met with Sage.
That was good. I needed that.
It just so happened that Take It Back Sunday was there. Remember?
I know. Also, I was like, dang, they look so healthy. They look so good. I hadn't seen them in forever.
That place is gone now too.
I know.
I want to talk about it. All right. Yeah. Then the Taylor Swift tour. I was texting you during that. I was going to come see you at the fucking Vienna show. And then that shit went down. I was on tour. We were texting during the summer.
I know, man.
We're going to cross paths over there. That was crazy.
It was crazy.
And just talking to you during that tour, like how it just moved different.
It did.
I'm sure she was there too. Like just traveling different, just being on that stage. And then seeing footage, you kind of like on the Warped Tour, you're playing, the sun's still out.
Yeah.
The place is not completely full yet. You're like, and you're not even an opening band. You're like your main support.
I love playing in the daytime.
Okay.
I tell Leah this all the time. If a festival comes calling, I don't want to headline it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to play at night. I think people are drunk by then.
Is that because of the Warped Tour thing vibes, or?
Maybe, but I also think like when I see videos of like Live Aid at Wembley, I'm like, that's iconic looking. I mean, that's like in the daytime. You can see all the people.
Yeah.
And I want to see them. I don't want to play to a sea of like, my eyes are already bad, bro. I can't see.
Do you wear glasses?
I should.
What are they for? Reading or just
no?
driving?
Just like I have astigmatism, and then I can't see very far. it sucks so bad.
What's your thoughts about getting old?
Wow. My thoughts of getting old.
Are you dreading it? Are you scared of getting old?
I'm really psyched to get old.
Because you mentioned your age in some songs sometimes.
Yeah, like I want to be an old witch for sure, but I don't know how I feel about this in-between stage that I'm in. Like being in my late 30s is, you're not old, you're not young. You're not young compared to like all the I'm like going to shows and seeing like, I saw like a 20-year-old kid who sounded like Jeff Buckley the other night, named Dove Ellis.
That's awesome.
And I was like, well, like I'm 15 years older.
You're kind of like the OG now. You're kind of like an OG in the game.
Yeah, man. Like it happened quick. And so it's like really the thing that I love the most about it. I took the Linda Lindas to Halloween Horror Nights last night. It was so fun. And I've known them since they were really, really young because of their dad. And I'm enjoying learning how to nurture and foster this like community that I've come up in.
Yeah.
Like now I want to be a part of passing that on and making it better as much as I can. Like finding ways to do that is interesting, especially at this age, because I'm still young enough that I want to hammer the work. I want to like be in the shit all the time. But like I'm not, I do need to move a little differently because I'm not 18. I'm not 25 anymore. So I don't know. I feel mixed about it. Like there's times I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, bitch. Like I can see something happened overnight.
You're bugging.
You know what I mean?
Man.
But like.
You take care of yourself.
I do. I take care of myself as best I can. And like, I guess I'm fine. You
can't stop it. It's happening. So
it's happening. And I also like, there's nobody cooler in the world than like older women that are like Moon is so embodied and like knows who she is and no apologies, whatever. And I do think that a lot of that, I mean, she's always had that, but a lot of it comes with just the experience and wisdom that comes with time.
Sure.
So I'm very excited about all that. And I look at people like David Byrne or countless other women too that are in music, or like Patti Smith, who like poets too.
Yeah.
And I think I just want to be an artist. So like being an artist and getting older is a pretty good deal because David Byrne, he's fucking partying at midnight. 73. It's New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want that.
Let's talk about Rusty Williams then.
Ooh!
Talk about being old and putting records out.
Right? He's 79.
That was such a beautiful thing that you did. You did it with Zach, right? Put it together.
Yeah. His label putting it out. Grand Man.
His voice is crazy and it sounds so good, and like, I don't know. It sounds like somebody might have heard back in the day or something on the radio, you know?
For sure. He's a great songwriter. Him
How old
and his
is he?
friend Frank. Him and Granny both just turned 79.
I love your relationship with your grandparents. It's so fucking
Thanks.
beautiful, man.
Thanks. I haven't FaceTimed them in a few days. They're probably mad at me by now.
But I just love how like, even we'll get to whatever, your grandfather's on the new song you dropped too, and he just makes a joke on the phone about you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is how part of your life they are, you know?
I like... They are the only example of love in my family that's never faltered. And I know that doesn't mean that they didn't go through hard times and didn't make it through whatever, but they stuck together in a way that like the rest of us haven't been able to do in our relationship.
How many years are you together for?
Oh my God. You know what?
Like 50 years at least, 40.
They told me recently, and I already can't remember, but they got together at 12.
What?
Yeah, they met at 12.
Wow, dude.
At a skating rink.
Dude, that's so incredible.
Cute. And then now they're 79. And they got married at 18.
Beautiful. I want to be me and Moon too. It's definitely going to be me and Moon.
Oh, it is you guys. It so is you guys. And they're so sweet. You know, they love to be around each other. And they love being around like me and my friends. So if ever they can come over, and like Brian and Colton, his husband, who I like am obsessed with too, and Elise, one of my best friends, and her husband Daniel, who I made the record with, like Leah, anytime they can be around us, I think they become alive and
they give you hope too.
Yeah, they give me so much hope.
Are you hopeless romantic?
Unfortunately. I am, but I'm also very, very comfortable being with myself now. That being said, I'd much rather be with friends and hanging out and like have that kind of noise going on in the house or in my world. But like, I know enough to know that I don't need a person to complete me. Yeah. You know, and somehow I try to keep that balanced with like the yearning sort of hopeless romantic shit that I got going on.
Let's pause for 1 second. Let's pause.
Okay.
We took a pee break and protein bar break, and then Hayley just tried the Liquid Death Fruity
The
Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles one is crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Serial criminal. The names are always really cute.
Smooth criminal. Yeah, pull your mic closer.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, Hayley.
Thank you.
Well, just the Eras tour too. He's talking about how like big that was and how like you
Mhm.
like that challenge and being outside playing when the sun's still out and just kind of the energy, you know.
I really, really loved that it was in the daytime. I think if we had to do that 4 months for that many people at night, ooh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
There was
just
a lot of days off though too. You kind of like
yeah. I like to be able to see who's out there, and especially when it's not your crowd. I really want to know because I'm trying to connect. You know, I'm trying to find the people out there that I can connect with and play to. But like honestly, man, playing to 90,000 people is also at times like you're playing to like one person
really.
because there's so many people that your brain can't compute it. All you can do is focus on one person.
You try to do that on purpose to kind of make you get nervous
Yes.
doing those shows or no?
I mean, I had moments where I was
Yeah.
like, I had nerves, but honestly, I mean, I'm still processing what the whole album cycle was like, what that
Yeah.
tour was like, and I
Was
really
that a big record for you guys?
It was, and I think unexpectedly so. Like we worked hard up in the beginning of it, like putting it out, but I do think it surprised us how people took it, and we were pleasantly surprised because
Was that Grammy record too?
it was, dude.
That's so cool.
It
Congrats.
was. We won.
How many
Zach a
Grammys you got
Grammy.
now?
3.
So sick.
Can you believe that?
And the new one we'll talk about is nominated too as well. Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be nominated. We'll see.
Isn't it in the category now? Maybe I thought it was.
I mean,
is it up for your consideration or
Is
something?
for your consideration,
You
which
can
is
turn
tricky
out,
because
yeah.
when people are posting about all that, it does kind of look like a nomination announcement. But no, we'll see. I think we learn November 7th.
You find out soon.
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
So you would perform a song with Taylor too sometimes on that tour?
Just once.
Okay.
I did the song that she asked me to come on for one of her like vault tracks for the re-records.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this song that was kind of about, I really enjoy, I had a choice between two, and I picked this one because I liked the lyrics, and I liked that it was sort of about feeling like you were on top of the world and people were sort of cheering for you. People were kind of like rooting for you, and then you make a mistake or you do something and it feels like, oh no, I've let them all down. And castle's crumbling.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciated singing that with her too, because obviously she's been through many seasons of that, of people hating her and then loving her and hating her again. And I think the court of public opinion is like not only an overwhelming, I mean, oppressive kind of feeling, but also it gets swayed back and forth. It changes so quickly. So I really appreciated being a part of that song. And we did it one time at Wembley. I was very nervous for that.
That's incredible.
That
man.
was the thing I was the most nervous about. There were so many like just legends in the tent.
I'm sure.
You know, like Paul McCartney came out to those shows.
Damn, dude.
It was crazy. And I told her, I was like, I need you to print the lyrics and put them on your keyboard. Because, bro, I cannot forget the words to your song.
You can't do that.
I would be so embarrassed.
Damn.
But it was a good tour for me in the sense that it was a good exercise of my performance, like how I perform.
Yeah.
And now after doing it, what I crave is a much more selfish experience on stage. So I'm thinking about that a lot as I'm thinking about the shows that I'll do for this album for Ego Death. Like, how can I still make people feel like a similar feeling to coming to a Paramore show, in that we're all part of something together, but what is the experience I can have for myself to be an artist and to feel like a musician again on stage and have that. It's more internal. And Eras Tour and playing for that many people is very external. You're just projecting yourself as far and wide as you can.
Yeah, and
you know?
so it's such a new audience for you too.
Yeah.
So many new fans over there.
Oh yeah, I mean, so many people that legitimately didn't know who we were.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
like
I
this
loved
far in your
it.
career, you're playing to like a new audience who might never heard you before.
Exactly. And I'm, like there's not a lot of opportunities that I think we would take to where we would get that chance. Like this was like okay, we've known Taylor a long time. We're from Nashville.
Yeah.
We kind of grew up in the industry at the same time. Even though we haven't been that kind of close in so long, there is like a respect and we we see each other.
Yeah.
And to be on that tour, like to feel like we were able to take part in something as historic as that.
So historic, man.
You know, and then the bonus again, of being able to play with people that I genuinely just don't think would have been interested in seeing our band. I think they, you know, they're obviously music fans.
Yeah.
But
and she picked you for that.
Yeah, we're just
so awesome.
We're
too.
from a different world, and it was kind of cool to represent that.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah, you're like waving the flag for that. Your community out there from that world.
Yeah.
Did you see her much on that, or she just travels in a whole different?
No,
it's just a different world, right?
It was very different. I mean, we did a couple of dinners with her early on in the tour, but we really didn't.
You flying to all the shows?
You had to.
Damn.
There was no way.
There was a lot of traveling, man.
It was a lot.
You
of
were there
traveling.
I remember talking to you. Here's the deal. I went to Europe twice that summer. You were still there. You were there for like 50 fucking shows.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It was wild. Like it was. I mean, it was Warped Tour vibes in the sense that like you're not seeing home and like you're gonna sleep in a different bed every few nights. I really loved though the UK dates because they have this show called Gogglebox. Have I put you on a Gogglebox yet?
Never heard of that yet.
Dude, you and Moon will love it.
Okay.
It's such a good show to like kick back at the end of the day and watch. And
especially Moon now these days, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, it's like people watching TV and they're giving commentary, but you also get to see it's sort of like slice of life, like real life families and groups of friends in their living room.
Oh, that's cool.
Being so normal, cracking jokes at the TV, like the same way you would if you're watching a show. And it's so cute. And everyone just seems so wholesome. I'm like, none of you people have ever done anything bad in your entire life. You're so cute.
That's cool. It's an English show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's British. It's on, I can't remember what, I'll send you
Was
something.
Alpha out there with you too?
I wish. I tried.
Damn, Alpha was there for 50 shows?
Exactly. I think I was afraid he was gonna forget
who
I
watches
was.
Alpha? Grandparents?
My mama.
Okay.
Yeah, she kept him.
I mean, you was talking, we're going to get to, but we'll talk about now. You were talking about the court of public opinion.
Yes.
Me and you talk about this all the time. Sometimes me and you talk about this through social media. Like our love and hate for social media. And like, you're like, I'm going to cleanse this weekend, or I'm not going to be on this weekend. And like, it's a necessary evil because you're promoting right now. You pretty much have your label, so you have to do it.
Yeah.
And my questions are, do you think you're on there too much? Doom scrolling? And do you care about a bad comment or something like that?
I don't care about a bad comment really anymore, but
I used to, yeah.
I do see them a lot, and I see a lot of people that are just talking all kinds of shit. They do not know what they're talking about, and it's so hard to resist because I love to troll people, and I love to get like, remember
that burner account? No.
No,
Okay.
remember AbsolutePunk.net?
Oh yeah.
I used to love to get on
and
there.
Punknews.org.
Punknews.org. You know what though? That was one of my first interviews.
Okay.
Punknews.org.
Bridge 9 board. There was so many things.
Oh, the B9, man.
Dude.
I wasn't on the forum so much though. I knew
Me either. I hated all that
I was
shit.
like, they don't got anything good to say about me.
It's just the beginning of the end. I hated it all when I came into music anyway. But
yeah.
But anyway, so that, like back in the day, a negative comment would bother you?
Well, yes is the short answer, but I think it was just that there's so many misconceptions about our band from the jump, and I hate being misunderstood.
Okay, give me one misconception.
Well, I mean, even just the way people think that like I've kicked people out of the band. People think, I think people think that my relationship with Zach's brother was like a big deal. It really wasn't.
Okay.
We were, I don't know how old we were. 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that serious. But people make a huge deal out of it now,
Have you ever been like just reading stuff about yourself?
Oh yeah. The other day I saw, I can't remember what the comment was.
And does it fuck with your mental?
I don't let it.
Okay.
I don't let it.
How do you
no.
not let it? Because I'm curious how that.
I think because I know. Well, for instance, the other day I saw a comment or like a post about me that was like this. It was like this statement about, Hayley Williams did this, this, and this, and then she went on to win a Grammy. And it really wasn't even anything negative that they said, but it was just a full-on lie. It was like not true.
It's the worst.
And I just commented, so does this account just post shit that never happened?
You wrote that?
Yeah. Or is that just like, what is this, And I think like there are times when it feels light in my body that I can troll back and be
especially when you know it's not true about you.
Oh yeah.
It's like, who gives a
if something's triggering because there's like a truth to it, like for instance, when I was younger, people saying that we weren't a real band or like I was the only person signed. that was such a complicated story to describe to people why it came to be that way, and that we were a band. We were a band before I ever got seen by a label, but it was so hard to explain, and I knew I couldn't explain it without somehow making it more confusing. It triggered me because I was like, well, I get it, because they are hearing that I'm the only person signed, and so it's this really sensitive thing to touch.
For sure. But we are sensitive humans. We're musicians. We're artists. We are sensitive. As much as we talked about this too, about the armor and like you know, believe in yourself, stand up for your shit, speak your truth, blah 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 blah, and be strong. Yeah, we also have moments where we're fucking weak and we're sad and we're not perfect, and people think that I wake up, life is great, and I'm skipping through the backyard, PMA. It's not like that. I'm a grown ass human who goes through emotions, you know. So like, and people sometimes will look at you, especially you, because you're in a different dimension, as like, yo, she's a fucking human being with feelings. She's not a fucking product. You're not something that, like, the public doesn't own you. You know, you put that music out there and people can dissect it. They want to dissect it, but it's like, you're a fucking person. So yeah, if you see something, there's 1,000 comments, all great, and there's one thing, it's like, fuck. It just gets under your skin and bothers you. And if you do respond, that's what they want too, right? They want your attention, and then they win, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, most of my interneting is like, it starts...
Interneting?
Yeah. Most of it is, I really like to be up on the news, and I really like to be up on local news. So I see a lot. So
you see that online mostly?
Yeah, like, I have a TikTok account.
I was going to ask you to TikTok.
I don't post to it, but I just use it because my algorithm is very, like, Nashville oriented. And I see a lot of really great, like, community outreach shit going on there. I see a lot of bad news that I hate, but it keeps me feeling connected. And then on top of that, you know, naturally, like, 'cause my Instagram algorithm is attached to my account, so it knows that I'm in Paramore, basically.
Yes.
I see loads of, like, Paramore fan stuff that I really enjoy, and that's like, you know, and yes, I do see bad stuff too, but again, I think I've gotten to a good place with that.
Yeah.
It's more like, I would say the thing that I get the most tired from is like pop. I love pop culture, and I'm definitely a pop culture connoisseur, but at the same time, that world, because I'm in music and because I'm in an industry that is part of the pop culture machine.
Yes.
I hate, like, I'm a fan of it. I don't want to necessarily be in the zeitgeist. I like subculture and being a part of what's underground that might trickle up into.
Because they'll put you up there with the Gagas, chaperones, and that kind of world. Sometimes you're up there in that, which is awesome. But
it's so flattering.
I love both those artists. Yeah,
me too. I mean, I'm such a fan, and I really do love pop music. It's just not the world I'm comfortable living in, like, as an artist, like, and even as a person, like, it's just, I find myself the most nervous when I have to go and do stuff that brushes on that. Like, we used to play these, like, radio shows.
I remember back then.
You know, and we did it. I mean, I think we were always pretty wide-eyed. Like, if we got opportunities that were really cool, or like, can't believe they're asking us to come and do this, we would mostly be like, yeah, we're down. But we'd be playing a show with, like, I don't know, like, it'd be like the Pussycat Dolls, or I don't know.
I remember them. Wow,
you know,
crazy.
It's just like that level of pop.
Yeah.
And then Paramore comes on stage, and we don't fit in that world, but there is a crossover where, and I think it's because we were on MTV. It's because, you know, artists like Taylor Swift have cited us as influential in for certain music, and I think, like, that's a weird line to walk, because at the end of the day, I would every time choose to go. I mean, I am so sad I'll never play, like, clubs again. Like, you
could do that. They'll be kind of sick.
I think it'd be wonderful to figure out a way to do it, but I'm never going to be able to do it, like, in a normal way, like, and get the feeling that I used to get.
You could do 5 nights at the Troubadour or something, 10 nights there,
right? It would be
Roxy.
so, like, I think you have to make it more like an event,
for sure,
versus like, this is just everyday normal. And obviously too, I'm in a super privileged position to be able to say, I wish I could play clubs again, but
people like me don't think about that, because I wish I could play something someday as big as you played, but you know what I mean, a different.
Yeah. Well, grass is always greener.
Exactly.
And on top of that, I do think that, like, we always think that, I mean, the money aspect and being able to support yourself being on tour is very important. It's getting harder and harder, because there's no musical middle class anymore.
Yeah.
But, like, I I'm just so much more interested and passionate about what's happening, quote unquote, underground than I am what's happening in the zeitgeist. What's the biggest mainstream pop culture news? I'm a fan of it, but like, I want to listen and be a fan. I don't necessarily I'm not aspirational.
Trying to be in that
that's not aspirational for me,
for sure.
Career-wise.
Yeah.
You know?
And we could talk about Billie real quick. I think she has a lot of similarities to you as her ethics, what she gives back, what she talks about, what she posts about, what she sings about, making all vegan collabs with Nike and fancy bags and giving
Billie's punk
and giving like $12 million away back to the climate change recently yesterday. And you know, her mom, shout out to Maggie and Patrick and Support and Feed and what they give and bring to these venues of donating canned goods and Whole Foods and that family. And she's a massive pop star, but I really think I think she's punk as fuck in a lot of ways.
Me too. The ethos is the same, right? She cares about really cool shit. And I mean,
use her platform for good.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah. I mean,
but she's massive.
She's massive, and she should be. She's an artist that deserves that level of attention, and she's writing songs that are at that level. And like, I love watching Billie win, and you know, in any area of her career that she wins in, which is all of them. But like, I see it too, and I really respect like how her and her family move through this world, because
incredible, man.
It's real easy to get like just wrapped up in the business of it all.
And they're so not that.
Yeah, they're not.
And everything she wins isn't just for her. She does something or says something that it's going to help another person. It's not about her. You know what I'm saying? Like her speeches, everything she does is like, it makes people think. And she checks those billionaires the other day. This thing she says is so punk. It's something I'm saying. It's just like, there's so much similarity. So I know she loves you and she's a fan of you as well. But like, that's somebody that big that uses their power in a positive way.
Yeah. It's really
it seems
good
like a
to
very
see
humble
that.
person, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I mean, we are in an era of like pop music where I think it is a lot more conscious.
Yeah.
Than it was, at least when I was growing up.
For sure.
I don't know what it was like in the 80s, but I feel like the pop music that I grew up on, it also was like pop music was infantilized. So pop music was only for like young little girls.
Yeah.
And I think that it doesn't get that kind of bad rap anymore.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I've seen Addison Rae wear this t-shirt that says, you know, not liking pop music doesn't make you deep, you know? And I think that it's really good. It's really true. And I feel like there's really cool people making interesting pop records. And I love seeing pop artists like Billie, who I really wouldn't even say is like a purely pop artist.
Yeah.
She feels alternative to me.
I agree.
You know? Anyway.
Some stuff's on the radio, but it's not, the lyrics aren't like, there's substance to her lyrics when she's singing about. It's not just like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's singing about things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I put it up there. And Chaperone too, that we talked about her come up too, and a couple of years ago labels were turning her down. Then those same songs are huge now. That's like just like not giving up on yourself, you know?
It's interesting that Chapel, you know, she is a very unique artist. You can hear her influences, but I don't know. She's really exciting to me too. I love her.
Were you a No Doubt fan too growing up?
Yeah, but they really happened when I wasn't really allowed to listen to everything that I wanted to. I mean, I remember seeing what's the song? The Green Day song? Is it called Minority?
Minority.
I wanna be
Minority. Yeah, I think so.
I wasn't allowed. I was really drawn to that. I remember that being on television at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like my stepfather like turning it off, and like I wasn't allowed to listen to the lyrical content of that.
Yeah.
Because it was punk, you know.
For sure.
And No Doubt sounded like that. They were in that world. They may not have been singing about all the same shit, but like I wasn't allowed to just listen to anything in that house at the time. So when Mom and I left, I remember we had to come back to Meridian at some point, and I went to Good Vibrations, which I doubt it's there, but I don't know, on North Hill Street in Meridian, and I had a little bit of money, and I bought Tragic Kingdom, and I was so excited because I had thought she was so cool, you know. And at that point, I'm like Return of Saturn had come out, and I think even Rocksteady maybe was already out or
Such
coming
great
out.
songs, albums, dude.
So, but I just wanted to know who that girl was that I saw on MTV when I was younger. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I was enough of a fan. I knew a lot of the music, and then we toured with them during Brand New
that's
Eyes.
right.
That was a big deal.
Oh, shit,
I learned
that's
a
right.
lot. I learned a lot about being on a bigger stage from watching Gwen.
Okay, yeah.
You know, because we were playing small stages until about that time.
Yeah, she kills it, man.
Yeah, she's a
Amazing.
great front woman.
Yeah, front woman. Okay, let's get it to Ego Death at the Bachelor Party.
Okay.
Was this the name of the record when you dropped those 17 songs, or there wasn't a name yet until you let all the fans create the sequence, which I thought was so fucking genius?
Oh, thanks. I like knew
This would be the title track.
this would be that would be the title if it becomes a full collection.
Yeah.
I just liked I liked that it was long.
Yeah.
And kind of ridiculous. But like it is a ridiculous title, but and it also is indicative of the town that I live in. You know,
Yeah.
Nashville is just like known for bachelorette parties, and it's like the Vegas of the South now. You know, it's
You have like
pretty-
a love and hate thing for Nashville.
I do. Yeah, but you know, the same way you can have a love and hate thing for like family members. Like
For sure.
it's like an intimacy
Yeah.
that you know all the good and the bad, and you can talk shit all day, but if someone else tries to talk shit,
That's true.
you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like,
Let's talk about my city.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love Nashville. I'm super proud of it, and I know good people that are there. Like,
You represent it well too.
oh, thank you. I
And also
I'm
like
trying.
you also keep it in check. You keep it in check too. You try.
There's just like there are two Nashvilles.
Okay.
And I think that the newer one, I'm not opposed to growth. I think having more culture come into the city, incredible. More food and
Yeah.
diversity,
More vegan
all
options,
that.
thanks.
More vegan options. How do we get Crossroads to Nashville?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I'll be sick.
But like that isn't, if that were the main type of growth, it would be a celebration all the time.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just like gentrification on top of gentrification on top of literally racist country singers, and you know, an industry that like is hyper misogynistic, and you know, there's the Christian industry, that's a whole other
Yeah.
story. It's like, damn, Stella's,
I'm so sorry,
I think
man.
she loves me so,
I'm so
much.
sorry. She's farting Haley twice.
She's farting, she's down there just
Bad.
letting
Is
it
it worse
rip.
than Alf's? She's smaller, so it might smell different. She has a smaller butt.
Rating the dog
Rating dog
farts.
farts. I'm so sorry.
Alf just no, Alf has other problems.
Okay.
He's got loads
But
of
Stella did start wearing diapers a couple of times a week. It's really sad, dude, because Moon woke up the other day, I'm telling listeners, and she had shit on her leg. Stella went to the bathroom in our bed, and it was just really, Moon woke up screaming. We got Stella
Oh,
diapers. I took her to the
no.
doctor. This TMI or whatever. Got anal glands clean. She's all good now. But I mean, dogs are getting older, dude.
I hate it.
I know. I fucking
Are
hate
you guys
it.
gonna get another dog one day?
Dude, we've been talking about this every day with Max. Max is like, we got to get a new dog. I'm like, dude, when are you moving out? Man, you're 22. You're going to have us get another dog we're going to raise while you're not fucking here? When are you going to make a move? You want me to get a new fucking puppy that I have to fucking raise? I'm the main person in this house cleans up all my dog shit. I love you, my wife, and my son, but you guys are lazy. Anyway, they say to get the dog towards the end of the other dog's life so they
Yeah.
can somehow, I don't want to do that. Make her jealous, man.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of that I've waited too long.
But how old's Alf?
11.
No, you good. Well, mine's 14.
He is.
I still know, they said smaller dogs, have a longer lifespan than bigger dogs. That's what they say. I don't know if that's true or
Mhm.
not.
Well, Alf's supposed to be about probably 10 pounds smaller than he is.
Oh, really? Okay. Spoiled dog.
Loves to eat too.
Okay, yeah.
He just
Who doesn't?
He won't stop bothering you until you give him something. I'm pretty disciplined, I gotta say, but during COVID it was rough.
Did you cook your dog's own food or just no?
No,
people do that.
I like went through a season of wanting to be that
The
dog
veggies
mom,
and the perfect meat and all that stuff. Yeah.
but there's too many like other vitamins and minerals and things to think about that I'm not. I've just
That's true.
that's somebody else's expertise, and I gotta
Yeah.
trust them.
Also, my dog for this is not vegan. My dog's not vegan. My
Okay.
dog's a dog.
Mm.
He eats his dog food. He's happy. If my dog could talk, maybe it'd say you want to try some of my tofu, which you get sometimes. But also with science, I'm getting crazy now. With science, we should be able to hear what our dogs are thinking at least one time before they pass. Why can't science create something where we can put like something in the ear and the dog's ear and just something know what they're thinking about us, man?
You know what we should do? We should get one of those dog mediums.
That'd be sick. That's real?
That's real.
Really?
I believe in that shit.
I believe in it too. Let's do it. Under the dog
I
ones.
am so much more woo-woo than people know.
Tell us, how are you woo? Is this something recently?
Nah.
Been that?
I've been woo-woo. I've been a witch for a long time.
Tell me.
Ah, shit. I'm sorry. I'm a poser witch, but no, I like potions and I like spells, and I think that they are real. And I also think I've been hexed, and I think I survived it.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
You like potions?
Yeah. Well, I think that everything that you can ritualize and put intention into can essentially be a spell, right? So it's really about intention. And I think there are, I don't know, like honestly, I grew up being taught to pray. Praying is really not that much different than manifestation. And I think you can pray for protection. I think that, for me, I don't really use the same language that I used growing up.
Yeah.
Because the language I was given was solely about one kind of God. And, but I think it's so much bigger than that. Like, I think what we can't see that's moving around us and in between us all the time is really powerful. And I think that it is the thing that keeps me curious about God with a question mark, but it's not what I grew up on.
Gotcha.
It's like a different kind of, it's a different thing you can tap into. And anyway, I just think that when it comes to like body and health and spirit, like your mind, all of it, like I've struggled with my mind dearly many times over in my life and different levels of intensity. And I think that like, it's like, I like science and I like all that concrete stuff. That stuff really helps. But I also think that there's a metaphysical component that you gotta like be willing to at least be curious about.
Yeah, I believe there's something in the afterlife. I believe that there's something spiritual watching over. I feel like my dad's watched over me throughout my life too, for sure. I definitely saw signs of my father throughout my life. I definitely feel like we just don't shut off and we get buried and that's it. We turn off. I'm really hoping that I can be somewhere in this world and looking over whoever's left in my family. I don't know. It's a weird thing about getting morbid and thinking about the ending of your life and what happens and being
energy.
spiritual. It's energy, yeah.
It's energy, and energy is really powerful, and the energy you carry around with you is powerful
for sure.
Or it can be powerful in a good or a bad way, right?
Yeah,
so,
man.
I don't know. I feel like the foundation that I got from church probably in some ways has really helped me stay open to like what is there, what is all of this. But anyway, I joke a lot about like I say I'm a poser witch, but it's because I think like sometimes when you go through, let's say like, I mean, I've like gone through a breakup and like cleansed my house, like looked up, like, what do I need to do?
Saged everything.
Yeah. And I think also it's just about like, how do you create protection around yourself? And it's honestly, there's too much to me for me to like speak on it authoritatively because there's so much that I still feel like I have to learn. But, there are songs that I write that, I'll be in the middle of writing them and we can get into it too because of ego death, but like where I realize that it's a voice from a deeper place within myself. It's not a conscious voice. It's like a deeper thing. And I'll write some words and it's like I'm trying my best to cast a spell over myself for the better, for protection or for forward motion or, whatever. Like I think that music and writing is so tied to who we are spiritually, the deeper parts of ourself that are really hard to put words to.
Yeah.
That's why I say, I think songs can be prophetic. Like, I think you can write about something and then like 2 years later figure out what it is about.
Yeah.
You've had that before?
Yeah, and you talk about This Is Why too, right? That album too, going back to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some stuff about my father for some of my songs originally back then too, that when I play them live and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's because maybe at that point before I started having therapy, I maybe thought it was coming from somewhere else and you realize it's coming from your childhood or something with your, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's interesting how it's ties in the lyrics about something. Because I always thought that being in H2O and writing songs, that was my therapy for losing my dad. And then when I finally got therapy, I realized that it's not, you can't just get through it by writing lyrics and songs about your father.
Yeah.
When you actually talk to somebody about it, it's way different. I don't know.
That's so cool that you do therapy. When did you start doing therapy?
Like a year ago.
Really?
I'm the only person in my family ever to go to therapy.
Oh my God,
None
that's
of my brothers,
so cool.
my mom, nobody.
Oh man. Well, you never know. They might come around.
Yeah, they're asking me about it and stuff. What I thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't look down on it. They just don't do it.
But they're just curious about it because I know that we are definitely have daddy issues for sure. Me and my brother, especially them because they're older than me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I
You
was
were the
only
youngest.
3. Yeah.
Oh man.
They got more memories of my father than I only have a couple photos and a couple memories, but yeah, but they all deal with it differently throughout their lives, I guess. But
it's really cool that you go to therapy. I think it's hard for people to start at any point in their life, but especially when you've already had a kid, like you've already grown so much, like been on your own basically, and then you start therapy. I think that's like so important, and like probably I bet you there's a lot of people that you've told you go to therapy that it's probably helped open up their mind to going.
It's never too late, right, to talk to somebody.
Yeah, and it's I think therapy it is never what you think it's
You've been in your whole life?
No, I really didn't start until
later,
2018.
Okay.
And I needed it really bad at that time, but honestly, I think any given time in my life, it would have been helpful.
Yeah, but you've been going since you're like 15, though. It's just so crazy. You never really had a chance. Not saying that you didn't grow up, but you just been like moving. For so long,
dude.
man.
I feel like this album is helping me break up with the rested part of my self, like the places in my life where I went stagnant. Like I said, 18 was a pretty traumatic age for me.
Yeah.
There were some years in my early 20s that were traumatic. You just get stuck on a loop, and then you sort of act out of those patterns instead of being able to see things from a healthier perspective. And it's really been writing this music that is helping me let go of a lot
more
of
than
myself.
any other record, you think?
Oh yeah. Like, and I don't
it's
know.
just timing too, where you're at in your life also as well, right?
Yeah, I don't know why it couldn't have been sooner. I really don't. I wish it could have been, because obviously there's parts of me that are like, well, damn, like, did I really miss something? Like, I'm already 36 and like, yeah, what have I missed? Yeah. But
you haven't missed any. I mean, I don't know. You're so young still. I know you think you're getting older, but trust me, I'm 55. But no, but you've been going so long since you were young. You know what I mean? Like, you're still very young to me, and you still have a lot of life, girl.
Thanks, man.
But
Thanks
you
for
sent me
speaking that over me.
It's true. But you sent these 17 songs to me with some link to some website. I realize now it's HayleyWilliams.net. You have a .net, which is pretty old school. And I love the songs. I don't know how long after that is when you released them.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, these songs are fucking sick. Everyone had its own. It was all connected in some way, but they all had their own style to each song. And like then you drop them. You drop the 17 songs out of nowhere. Shock the world and the internet on your website. That was on purpose, right? You dropped them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knew it was coming though, right?
No. I may have done like one little kind of like a tease, but on this private Instagram account that people followed during Pedals for Armor. So I feel like it was only that
So that's your burner account.
Yeah, I can't even log into it.
Oh shit, really?
No, I had to send whatever we teased with to Leah. She was logged into it. I don't even know the password.
I love that.
Anyway,
so you dropped those.
I dropped those and just kind of wanted to see before we made any other moves.
Test the waters.
Yeah, I was like, what's the reaction going to be? It's either going to be people are ready for it and they're excited about it, or it's going to be like a what the fuck. I guess it could be anything in between those two things, but I just was waiting to see. And that's why we really didn't know. I was kind of unsure how it would unfold. Like, I wasn't sure the track listing. I wasn't sure, should it be a full album? Should it be multiple albums? Should it just be the songs,
Yeah.
And I think watching people react and watching people make it like their own thing made me feel like it should be a thing. It should be a thing people can own.
And they were part of it. Everybody's like, all the fans were a part of it, which is so beautiful.
Yeah, it was sick.
Saw the Daniel James, by the way. Met him. He's super nice.
Oh man,
producer.
He's such a great artist. Like, a lot of my friends, including the guys in the band, like grew up really like knowing him and loving his music. I kind of didn't meet him until a little bit later. But he had this project called Canon Blue, and Canon Blue was like, I think at some point Dan lived in Copenhagen and he was involved in some bands that were over there. This band called Efterklang. he has such an interesting musical history. He also came up in the Christian music world. I think it really scarred him too.
Okay.
And so we've always liked making stuff together. We made Dead Horse together. We made like the whole of Flowers for Vases together. But like this felt like he got to bring a lot of his artistry to it as well. Yeah. So we've kept writing. We're still making shit.
Like how old are some of these songs? A couple years old?
No. Well, we officially started making things like really at the very start of this year. But I think maybe there was some ideas floating around in like December of last year. Mm-hmm. So almost a year.
Yeah.
I had a lot of things in my phone that I would bring to him and then he would build around it. So, there's some older shit that happened to make it onto the record.
How about you had that website for a while?
The Hayley Williams one? No. I had pedalsforarmor.com.
Okay, yeah.
And then we just kind of.
I like that it's a .net. It has like a throwback vibe to it.
Paramore could never get .com. Because there's like a construction company called Paramore.
Oh, really?
We tried to buy it from them at a certain point. They wouldn't do it. So I did .net as like solidarity.
Damn. Yeah. So who picks the sequence? So people start submitting like their sequence of the album?
Yeah, the fans picked it. I mean, there were 2 or 3. At a certain point, Daniel sent me a playlist, and Daniel, his musical taste is insane. He's shown me and the guys so much good music, but like I look forward to his playlists a lot. So when he made a track list, I like took that one pretty seriously too. But I had noticed that like I had songs that I wanted to be in certain positions, and then I was noticing there was this fan that made this website, and it sort of compiled every fan made track list that was submitted. And it organized it. And you could amazing. You could like filter through it. Okay. So I found ones that had songs in certain positions, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. Oh, that's a great idea." Like at first, I really didn't think "Ice in My OJ" would be a great opener because it's such a wild beginning. But once I saw how many people had used it as their opener, and then I found a few playlists that looked a lot like Dan's and it looked like the one I made, I was like, damn, this is a really cool opener, actually. It's a great beginning to the story.
So there were a couple similar ones that people were submitting?
Yeah. There was like probably three or 4 that were pretty similar.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It was so fun.
And then you dropped the Good Old Days song too, which I think has like an R&B, TLC, Solange kind of vibe, right?
Cool.
And then Granddad's on there. He said you're so tacky.
Yeah, you're so tacky. I think that's why I love you so much.
Okay, Ice on My OJ, amazing. Glum, obviously you have the tattoo, which is so cool. You get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Kill Me, great. I mean, all of them. Man. Whim. Mirtazapine.
Mm-hmm.
What does that word mean?
Mirtazapine is a pharmaceutical that is for.
Let's try to think what it was.
I mean, it's really like an antidepressant, but it helps with more than that. I at a certain point I couldn't take. I was on essentially like Prozac.
Oh wow, okay.
For a while, like during After Laughter, and or at the end of After Laughter, and it really helped me. I think it's why I was able to write Pedals for Armor and sort of get some more things out of my body. And, I was going to therapy and all that, but at a certain point, I was noticing like something's not clicking anymore.
Yeah.
And I came off of it for a while, and I was feeling okay. I was taking like these mushroom supplements, and I was taking a lot of supplements because, you're just trying to support your brain, more than anything. And anyway, at a certain point around the time the record deal officially ended, life started unraveling in a weird way. And I started really noticing my mental health declining again. And I was like, I cannot wait for this to get bad before I do something about it. Mm-hmm. And one thing that happens to me when I go through like severe bouts of depression is I quit eating. And it's not like, I don't feel like it's anorexia because I'm really not trying to not eat.
Yeah.
And it's not about trying to get, I'm so little. I'm definitely not trying to get smaller, but it's something to do with my nervous system. I can't eat.
Wow.
And I haven't talked about it a ton. I feel like this is a safer spot than any to talk about it, but I could go days, dude. And it's really disconcerting.
Drinking water and coffee? Like, what do you?
water. A lot of times I don't get out of bed, or I wouldn't.
Man.
I'm in a very different place now with everything. I mean, like I worked my way out of that type of depression a couple of times, and I actually feel like now better equipped. If that ever comes back on, I'll know even more steps to take early on. But like, I just don't eat, and it's really bad for you. Like, it's just bad for your whole system.
Yeah, for sure.
And the thing with mirtazapine is that, and it has another name, Remeron, which is weirdly the drug my Nana was put on when she fell and went through this. She had this head trauma, and like she didn't have an appetite and all this stuff. So a little humbling to be taking the same medicine as like your Nana. But I started taking mirtazapine, and my appetite came back, and my sleep was deeper, and that helped my brain. So my brain wasn't starved of nutrients, of sleep, and then my depression lessened, and I was able to sort of like be around more people without getting overstimulated again. Like, it's mental illness is like very multifaceted. Like, there's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't overstate the importance of medication, because I don't think that's the only way to treat it.
Sure.
But I think if you've tried a lot of things and like nothing's working, you gotta support your body somehow.
Sure.
And I think like what we're going through with an administration that really doesn't believe in a lot of support for mental health.
Yeah. Who needs it the most?
Yeah. It's fucking tragic, because people need access to this shit.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, people don't need to feel even more stigmatized for having a mental illness.
Yeah.
So it was like a pleasure and kind of funny to get to write a love song to my antidepressant.
Yeah. I didn't know that was what.
That's what it is. Like, and it's a really serious topic.
It is.
But I felt like having a song about it, which, you know, I didn't mean to write it. The chorus kind of came to me one night when I took it.
Yeah.
I read the label and I was like, mirtazapine is
I'd write a
such
song
a funny
about it.
name,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
crazy.
It's like, it sounds like a person in a way. It sounds like a character name. But I'm just like really proud. It's kind of like, it's funny I showed the song to Kim Deal. I met Kim Deal, which was insane.
That's incredible.
I showed the song to Kim Deal and was like, I really want you to sing on it if you can. And I do have a version with her on it, and I'm waiting until I can collect more friends
That's incredible.
on the music to like be able to use it.
It's got a very 90s, that song stands out something like, I don't know what it is, like, not Four Non Blondes, something from 90s, like driving, grunge, just something about that song.
Breeders.
Yeah,
and like,
the Breeders. Yeah.
Veruca Salt, even.
Yes.
Like all that shit. I really love all that shit.
That shit stands out on the whole record. I think it's,
oh, cool.
I really do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like something from that.
I think that like a lot of times if I write by myself, I'll write more in that vein on a guitar.
Yeah.
Like I wrote that music and Dan helped me build that music out, versus like when you hear Good Old Days, that is completely a Daniel James track.
That's like a R&B like jam, dude. It's like,
dude,
even your vocal patterns on there, and with the surfboard, just all that.
Oh,
you could do like an R&B record too.
Which love is your roots R&B.
Anyway.
Yeah, I love R&B, and I'm a massive SZA fan.
Okay.
Like disgusting, huge.
You saw
SZA
Kendrick
fan.
this summer is incredible.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I've still yet to see. Oh, I did see her live once at a festival, but I haven't gone to like her show.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe she's gonna remix.
In my dreams, we have talked about
putting
it.
it out there right now, though.
For the
Or
record,
Doce,
we've talked about it several times, doing shit together, but it's just the timing's never worked out. And also, like, I'm such a fan of her. I don't need to work with her
That's
to like
true.
to feel the way I feel about her and her impact. So I'm kind of like, Good Old Days was like my way of getting that, like that R&B shit out of my system a little bit. And if I get to play with it more, great. But like I'm so glad it made it on the record.
Me too. It's a great song, man.
Thank you.
Has the response been good for that?
Yeah. In fact, like we were gonna try to make a video for it pretty soon, and I don't think that we have the time or the budget to do it. I mean, again, like I'm learning in real time. Like I'm running this shit.
The label,
like,
yeah.
This is it.
Is it just you and the label at Post Link? Is that you?
It's us. I mean, Secretly Distribution is like how we distribute our records, and they're great support, and they've helped us so much.
What does Atlantic think about it? They say anything?
Actually, Mark got a picture of Julie Greenwald wearing a Post-Atlantic
Oh, that's
hat,
cool.
and
That's awesome.
It really, like, I don't know, it got me. I was like, wow, that's really special
That's cool.
to me. Yeah, because, you know, she's not Atlantic anymore either. Atlantic just has changed so many times since I signed.
Yeah, I remember Sid was on there back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The big record was on like a subsidiary of Atlantic back then.
Oh,
yeah.
damn, I didn't know that. I knew that they got major label support for some, was it One Record?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like you guys. You guys did it for One Record?
MCA.
Damn.
Music Cemetery of America. Yeah. That's what they call it, man. That's what they call it. We were so lucky for us because the whole label got bought out and merged that we got dropped. We didn't owe them anything.
Ooh, thank
We're
God.
so lucky because there's so many.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then we have Disappearing Man, amazing one.
Thank you. Was that when you're...
That's so good. I can't sing it. Love Me Different, Brotherly Love, Brotherly Hate, great one. Negative Self-Talk.
Thanks.
That one's deep.
I love that one. So that one, going back to what we were talking about with like spells and shit, I read this book from time. I just bought it again because I can't find my original copy, but I love this book called Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's a great collection of like folk tales that have been passed down, like just really great lessons, like kind of like just dark fairy tales, you know, which are my favorite stories anyway. So I love reading them for the imagery. It's very inspiring I think for a writer to read that kind of writing, but there's so many lessons in it. And I won't try to like deep dive into any one of the stories, but there's so many stories that you can sort of just open the book to any chapter and just read that and get something out of it. And so I'm citing one of the stories, Vasilisa, I name drop in that song. But really the song is about trying to reconnect with something besides your own negative, like the voice inside your head that is so negative, getting beyond that and connecting to something else. And for me, what I find like that other thing to connect to is like an inherently feminine nature, an intuition, which is like a very much more spiritual experience in my body. And so because you and I have talked about this a lot, I know you'll get what I'm getting at, but I've had so many like hits to my femininity over the years, and I've felt so much that I had to bow up and be tough in certain circumstances, whether that's on stage or backstage in certain scenes or whatever, or like you know what I'm saying, like I think After Laughter was the only era, quote unquote era of my life where I fully embodied my own femininity. I allowed that to happen and it felt safe. I didn't feel like I was more vulnerable because of it. And I think it's like I'm trying to call that back in with this song.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
It's I think that's one of the first ones maybe I heard. I think you sent me a couple of songs before. I heard all 17 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Had like you sent me like some sort of login or something. But that was on. Also, Ego Death at the Bachelorette Party. We'll get into that lyric.
Yeah.
Let's just get there right now. I have it.
Okay.
I mean, you were on that podcast on the New York Times. I'm gonna tell her to come inside. You were on the New York Times podcast. It's such a great. It probably went viral. You said meet me at the Whole Foods parking lot. It was so good because you basically saying his name. Morgan Wallen has he responded or came back or said anything?
I don't think so. I feel like there was like an AI thing that went around where people said that he said something in response, but I don't think it's real. And I don't look for a response from that. And even if there was, like, this isn't going to be a tit for tat. I feel the way I feel.
Yep.
I don't associate with racists, and I don't associate with people who maybe they're not racist, but they're not maybe doing the work to show
that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
prove me wrong if it's not true.
Please, I would love to see it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's proof because you got to deconstruct that shit on the inside. The same way I had to deconstruct internalized misogyny after writing a song like Misery Business.
Yes.
It takes a long time to unlearn what society conditions us to learn. It also takes a lot of fucking courage to unplug yourself from a system that you benefit from. And we all benefit from white supremacy. If we are white in America, we are privileged beyond, we can't even recognize how privileged
It's so
we are.
true.
So you're not doing enough if you're just friends. If you have a song with an artist who happens to not be white, guess what? You're benefiting off of that artist.
Yeah.
You have a song with them. You're making money.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I didn't know who the guy was until you talked about it. I never heard, because I'm not in that world, you know?
I just want to see more from people. And look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not a perfect activist. I mean, it's scary to start putting yourself on the line and standing for shit, because then I think you have to be holding yourself to a higher standard, knowing that people expect a certain level of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know. Like, I think.
They want you to speak up for everything. Or a lot of times.
And you're not an expert at everything.
You're not an
you
expert.
can't be.
Some things, yeah, it's so true. It's like, use your platform, use your voice, speak your mind. We don't agree with you, you're canceled. So it's like, but it's like, you gotta figure out it's a balance, right? Like speaking what you really believe, and then.
Yeah.
But I love that you do that with your platform and with your music, and you did that on stage. You did that about the Project 2025.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you use that moment to say something that meant something to you, and it could help. You know what I mean? Like that's important.
Thank you. I mean, doing stuff.
You don't have a fear of people trying to fucking cancel you from saying shit.
No, because the people that would cancel me for speaking out,
people don't fuck with anyway.
I don't fuck with those people. I don't want them at the
They're
show.
the ones you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like
that's a good point.
I want people that come to my shows or a Paramore show to feel safe. And, you know, yes, all are welcome, but not if you're a bigot.
No.
You're not welcome.
No.
So,
We've been fighting against that shit our whole lives before the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, and it does mean though that when I do get opportunities, like, you know, like to be able to play Fallon and make a statement is great.
Crazy.
To do the iHeart thing, like I wasn't necessarily the most excited to go do a huge radio show that was going to be streamed, live. Like, I was like, well, I'd probably rather be doing. We just did Eras tour for 4 months. I'd probably rather just be playing to Paramore fans now.
Yeah.
But we had agreed to do a show that we canceled earlier in the year, and that was
I think I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, we made it up to iHeart by doing it, and I thought, okay, well, if we're gonna have this opportunity, how do I make it mean something? And of course, it was right before the election, and and here we are now. Project 2025 is like 50% completed.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Like
it's crazy seeing the people who like backed him, and then others saying, "Oh, we didn't know he was going to do this." You knew exactly what he was campaigning to do. Why are you trying to backtrack? Like all the podcasters who, I think helped get him elected. Some of the big ones who had him on, like throwing down with some guy who doesn't give a fuck about you or anybody in this fucking country. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to see people jock a president. I don't give a fuck what president it is. Do you think he gives a shit about you or anybody else, man? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to see him, especially someone we don't even know personally. So there's a lot of people now who kind of backed him now, we didn't know he was going to talk about do immigration. That's what he talked about the whole time.
Exactly.
That was the whole thing he was talking about. You're shocked, dude? Like, how are you shocked?
Yeah, we can't.
It's a weird world, all that shit, though.
It is, man. And I do really feel for younger artists coming onto I think younger artists are braver than I've ever been. It's really inspiring, but I also feel like, damn, there's no break from whether it's your activism or just any kind of speaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's constantly something to oppose
these
really.
days right now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I think also I have to constantly reframe it as it's not that I don't want to be constantly opposing things. I want to constantly be standing for things. So then it's what are the things we stand for? It's a lot easier to be fuck racists or
totally.
What I do that a lot because I just vent. I think we have to do that. But I think also from a certain point in my career on, it's about trying to look for what we do stand for and what we can highlight and how to have it be a more positive thing, because I do think that people are more motivated by positivity than they are by negativity.
Absolutely. There's enough negativity out there anyway.
I know. So, but that being said, I'm a person that gets real feisty about injustice. And so it's a constant lesson for me.
Yeah. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. That's your shit on you, girl.
Yeah.
You have to try to live by that too, huh? You try to.
Yeah. It's a Johnny Mercer lyric. I
remember you got that tattoo. I thought it was so cool, man.
I got it from Dan.
Oh, you did? Dan Smith?
Dan Smith did this.
Shout out to Dan Smith, man.
It's my handwriting, but he did it for me.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So you have to check yourself sometimes if you're like getting in your head about shit.
I really do. Yeah.
This just proves how punk you are to me, because you're getting under the skin of these people who are so outspokenly
hateful
and saying such negative things, and then you're just being you like you've always been and using your voice and your platform. Same with Elon Musk. I think he responded to on tweeted something that you use cue cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he saw your thing and he got under his skin. It's like that's the whole thing about using your voice, your platform, being heard, being punk, not giving a fuck, saying your piece, and that's it. You've always been like that. I think the more bigger you become is the more I think you're more attached to what's happening in the world and actually the underground. I think it didn't take you away from it. I feel like it makes you want to stay connected to it more, I think, in a sense.
Yeah.
You were afraid to lose that connection to this world that you came up in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I am really afraid of that. And I think that's why now is like the time in my career to try to like give back to it and however I can, and like uplift these newer artists, or like especially people who are really young in bands and they're trying to do something. It's like, I know
you've been there, dude.
I know what that's like, and I also know I do know what it's like to be to I don't know, growing up in the South and growing up religious, and anything that falls outside of the lines, the margins that allows is looked down upon in some way.
It's the devil.
And yeah, it's the devil.
Bad. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that music is the antidote. Art is the antidote.
100%.
So like, that's where we got to be fostering the opposite of what they're teaching. And that's, you know, I'm happy to be the age I'm at now and have the experience, because I do think that I have something to say and I have something to give back to it. But, you know, like at the end of this album, I don't know, like, I've been working my ass off for this album just to like prove to myself I can do it, and I can have this, you know, this post-Atlantic thing, and see where that, you know, see what foundation I can set for it. But at the end of this, like, I think it'd be really wonderful to have a career where I can move in the background a lot more, where I can still pop out and play some shows and make stuff, but like it doesn't have to be under the banner of my face and my name all the time.
So would you run the label and like be A&R or something, or
I don't know, maybe, or it's still all very new, and that's kind of what makes it exciting.
We talking retirement here?
Retirement
by 40?
Dude, when I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna retire by 30. I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna make PB&Js every day. You know, but like
retire by 40 would be kind of sick.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's.
Are you in a place where you could not to get into your finance, but are you in a place? You have a heart murmur? You good?
Oh no, I just went like this.
Are you in a place where you could retire? You'd be good.
I mean,
staying where you're at in your
compared
life.
To most of the world, the
with the career you had so far, where you at in your career?
I think I'm in a place where
you worked hard to be.
I did.
You weren't handed this shit. You fucking worked hard.
I worked hard, and I also like. I really don't need a whole lot to be happy. I like a small cozy home, and I like
your house is awesome.
Sticking close to my people and my.
And that keeps you grounded, and that's keep you humble, I think.
Yeah, I
think with your grandparents especially, keep you in check, keep you humble.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me.
Your mom, just all that.
I just can. I don't have a clear vision of it yet, but I can just sense a life for myself where I'm very much an artist and I'm very much putting out music, but it's not so forward facing all the time.
Yeah.
You know, doing the amount of like, it's funny to say this while we're sitting here talking, like, please don't take offense to this, but doing a bunch of like magazine covers or interviews and these long form interviews that I've done, it's been really tiring. Like I love to talk, but I don't. No. I love to talk. I like yap too much, but
this has been incredible, by the way. I'm so fucking happy to hear, man.
Oh, me too.
I'm so happy. Okay, keep talking.
I just don't love to be on camera, and
we're not.
We're not. Thank God.
Okay, go.
I just think that like the fame of it all is a real turnoff, and I war with myself about it. Like after we did Rolling Stone, I was so proud of the show, but I felt super exposed, and that's like a pretty common feeling after I do a big job. Like I'll do a big job and I'll be like, okay, take note of how you feel in your body. Maybe this isn't the kind of thing you need to do forever. Like maybe prove it to yourself, do it a couple of times. Like don't ever just say no out of fear, right? Like, take an opportunity, but then take note of it. And I think I'm taking a lot of notes, and I'm noticing that I just want to be an artist, and I want to be in this world where I can be connected to other people that do what we do and want to make the world more positive and want to impact younger generations in a positive way.
I feel like you're doing that, whether you think so or not.
Thank you, man.
I mean, there's a reason why you're still relevant, and people still love you, and people still can't wait to hear you drop something, and you know, people still are obsessed with you and your band and what you're doing and all the moves you make, which may sound crazy to say that to you right now as your friend, but just seeing it from an outside perspective and been following you for a long time. I know you've been your whole life, but like you're important to a lot of people, even though sometimes you might get in your head, like go through your depression and feel like you're not worth shit. And even to hear you say it makes me sad, because I know how amazing human you are and how important you are to so many people and how many lives you changed. To think that you've gone through some places where you just couldn't get out of bed, that makes me sad.
Oh, dude, I appreciate it.
Do you know what I mean? It sucks. But you're human. This is for the listeners. Just shows you're fucking human, dude. Whew. You're not a robot. You're not a machine. You're not a fucking product. You're a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
You can have it all. Money, houses, everything.
Well, in my
all your vintage clothes.
Yeah. In my experience,
but still be in your head.
The more is always worse.
Yeah.
It's always
more money, more problems.
More money, more problems. And like, you know, the year I got engaged and won my first Grammy was probably the worst year of my life.
It's fucking crazy.
Like, it's not ever about what you acquire. It's never, because it can be taken away. You can lose it. You know, like I'm heavy on that, because I just want to be the type of artist that always is going to shows, experiencing new stuff, staying curious,
absorbing it all, sponge,
and then creating. But like, I do think it will shift. I do think this record is a really great way for me to like put a pin in something. I don't, and again, like, it's very new. It's like when I told Jack, I think this will be the last record I put under my name. I really actually believe that, but that in no way means I don't want to be making shit all the time.
Yeah, because you got other shit we can't talk about.
I do.
Hey, sorry, I had to stop it right there, you guys. I really apologize. We've never done an episode this long, and we talked about it, and we decided we're going to do it in 2 parts. So you just finished the first 3 hours of the most incredible, honest, real, wonderful, beautiful conversation with my dear friend Hayley Williams. Thank you, Hayley. You're the best. You're a fucking real one. All the new subscribers, all the new listeners to this podcast, welcome to the OLC podcast. All my day ones, thank you for joining in. You know, I never done a podcast this long in my whole entire career as a podcaster. Appreciate you guys listening to this, and hope you guys check in next week for another incredible second half of this 6-hour Hayley Williams podcast. Also, feel free to go to apple.com and give me a nice review there. I appreciate it. Now, for real, though, thank you all for listening. I know this is a lot to digest. Make sure you don't miss next week's second half. It's just as incredible. It's just as authentic. It's just as real as Hayley Williams is. Thank you. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years. And my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go to liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg It's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now. I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm looks like a big black blob. Is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art Pico laser technology, cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. And one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.